Boom. Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live stream. And I hope all of you guys have had a very good and very peaceful weekend. We're here to talk everything Chelsea over the last week because I haven't done a live stream since I think Tuesday. There's not really been a reason to. There's not been anything to really make a stream about, but there's been a bunch of little topics that we can at least break down and discuss. And you know what? Just talk Chelsea for like an hour or two before I wrap up the stream and all of that. We will be getting the panel in and we will be getting their thoughts as well. There's a lot to discuss though. There's the whole stuff with the players returning. There's Sancho news again, or just the same bullshit with Sancho. There's been Noni transfer news. There's been Nkunku news. Enzo Fernandez rumors with Atletico Madrid. Sure. And a bunch of other bullshit that we're going to get into as well. So big up to everybody. Hit the likes, subscribe, all of that crap. There's plenty of topics to get into. And yeah, we'll see what the rest of the chat's saying. I'm going to keep looking out for any other topics as well. Shout out to everybody in here, though. Big up to Arta. Big up to Fraser. Everyone celebrating Eid. Happy Eid to all you, man. Shout out to CFC Daniel saying buy CPO shares and vote against the move. I won't front. I'm buying a CPO share, but if it's else court, I'm voting for the move. I'm voting for the move. I want else court. You give me else court, I think that's the best thing for Chelsea Football Club in the long-term future. If not, yeah, fuck it. Stay at the bridge. Stay at the bridge. Yeah, trust me, man. I ain't buying it to stop us moving. If it's else court, I'm taking the fucking else court pitch. That's the best thing for us. That is the best thing for us. Maresca don't get 63 points. He's a bigger terrorist than Poch, which is tough to say. But I hear it. Look, if we don't get 63 points, yo, there is no defending that. There is no defending that. But I expect us to. I expect us to finish on well above 63 points. And I'm not really that worried about it. We're on what, 49? I think we're on 49 points. Yeah, 49 points right now. So, yeah, we need like, what, 4 wins? We should be winning our next 3 games for one. We have Tottenham at home. We have Brentford away. I know people can say, oh, Brentford away and all that. Brentford have 1 home win all year. So I'm not worried about that fixture. And then it's Ipswich. Like, yeah, we're not going to lose to Ipswich twice. We're not. And we're not going to play Disassi at right back either. So we're going to win that. 3 wins. There's 3 wins. Go get another one. There you are. You're clear of Poch. Now everyone can stop crying about him. Then everyone can stop crying about it. Shout out to L4. Shout out to Mohammed. For the sake of us who are outside the UK, what is the difference between Else Court and playing at Wembley while building a new bridge? The difference is let me say the similarities. You know what the similarities is? We're leaving. That's the similarity. I don't want to move out of Stanford Bridge. Guess what? If we're rebuilding Stanford Bridge, we're going to have to move out anyway. Now what? Or to go back to a ground that you're just going to say isn't Stanford Bridge regardless. Because it's not the old bridge and all of that shit. It'll be the excuse for when the atmosphere dies down and everything. My difference is how much more can we build to? And we can build above 60k if we move to Else Court, and it will probably cost us less money too. So I'd rather move to Else Court. And plus it keeps everybody's match day traditions the same way because it's 10 minutes away from Stamford Bridge. It's the much better move for us. Now, moving away from West London in general, I'll never back. Because ultimately, Chelsea has to be in Chelsea or around Chelsea. It's got to be one or the other. It's got to at least be around the area of Chelsea, or what the fuck, you're not Chelsea. It's as simple as that. But that's why getting Else Court is that important. It's that important to us. Because, like, you can move, you can renovate further above 60k. That spot will be there a lot longer than Clear Lake is as well. So if everyone's saying, I don't want to go where Clear Lake goes, they're not going to be here as long as we will. Clear Lake won't be here for decades upon decades upon decades. Most of us will outlive their time at Chelsea. So I'd rather that. I'd rather that and a ground that we can continue to build on and will cost us less money than spending about 2-3 billion for a ground that we'd probably have to move out of in 20-30 years anyway, because everyone else has 80k stadiums and we're stuck with our 60k one in the same position that we're in now, not getting enough matchday revenue. It's pointless. It's pointless. No, there isn't a renovation. But like, that's what would happen if we don't get Els Court. Is renovate or that. But apparently, it seems like we can get it too. He says how much of it will go to Vivid seats. Brother, how much of it would go to the new bridge then, with that logic? How much of the new seats at the new bridge would go to Vivid seats? I can ask the same question and we both won't have an answer. Because who knows? Who knows? All I'm saying is, for the long-term future of the club, I think Els Court suits us a lot more. One thing I will say though is, I would be with the Chelsea pitch owners wanting to move, with them potentially having control of the freehold too, because that at least gives the fans some sort of power to maintain. Because the fans are ultimately always going to care about the club more. So if they were to move with the CPO still in place, even more ideal for me. Even more. And if I was the owner, I'd back that. Let them continue to have like control of the freehold and everything, and we just move to Els Court. Everyone gets the best of both worlds. There you are. There you are. But yeah, for me, Els Court over anything. Although it is just Els Court or stay at Stanford Bridge. I did see the article from Jacob Steinberg a few days ago, where he said that there is still a chance for Chelsea to get Els Court, because there's been a lot of questions about that. The club are looking at Els Court as a possible site for the new ground. And so what was the direct quotes on it? We risk missing out on the chance to move to Els Court if we fail to submit a bid for the site quickly enough. So I think the Els Court development community, or the ECDC, I'm going to call them that just to save us time. They want to build a mixed-use development without a football stadium, but we could potentially outbid them on that. And I think there's people within the Hammersmith and Fulham borough who have said that Chelsea getting that area makes a lot more sense for Hammersmith and Fulham as a whole, because it would increase tourism. And Els Court would eventually take the Stanford Bridge spot and turn that into flats. And I know people are going to say, oh, I don't want it to be turned into flats. Look, if we get Els Court, who cares? Who cares? It's not that deep. Apparently the land's worth 500 million at least. But again, I also want to say, this is the only spot that we have in West London. Other than that, it's just moved to Stamford Bridge, and in 20 years, we still have the same issues with matchday revenue. I'd rather just get rid of that problem permanently. Is there anything more on this? Chelsea need to navigate the political scene in London. One element to their favour is that figures in planning in the capital believe the ECDC's plans could be too expensive. Okay. So they're saying the development plans for Els Court might be too expensive for them, and Chelsea might be able to outbid as a result. Because we'd have the funds, obviously, to be able to buy that land and turn it into a new stadium. The only thing that I could kind of like emphasize with Chelsea fans as well is, because if I want to speak from the other side, I get it. People are going to miss Stamford Bridge. I completely understand it. People have left Highbury to go to the Emirates, and they've missed Highbury ever since. They've moved from White Hart Lane, built the new ground. They all miss White Hart Lane. Same thing with Everton. They'll end up missing Goodison Park within like months, for example. And I understand fans that will be hurt off that. But I look at both scenarios, and ultimately, we're not going to be in this ground for too much longer anyway. We've kind of done well to even be at this ground for this long. Like, if I'm going to be completely honest about things. We've done well to be at Stanford Bridge for this long and to make all the memories that we've done there and to win every single trophy that we've had. If we look at the scenario in the next 10 years, we probably will not be at this Stanford Bridge in 2035. It will either be a new Stanford Bridge, which you'll miss the old Stanford Bridge for, or it will be Earls Court and you're going to miss the old Stanford Bridge anyway. This whole emotional attachment, I understand. I'm not going to talk it down because I get football is about emotion. I completely understand it. But you got to be able to take the emotion out sometimes. And in this one, I know we've made memories there. But we got to go. We got to leave, guys. It's 40 fucking K. We got to go. Look, just get a screwdriver. All the season ticket holders, whenever we have our last day at the bridge, I'll do the same. Go get your screwdrivers, unscrew your seat, and leave with it. That's what I'm going to do. Just go take your seat. Do a little pitch invasion. Nick a bit of the grass. And off you go. There's your memory of Stanford Bridge. Because ultimately, you could want Stanford Bridge to stay all you want. It's not going to be here in this capacity in 10 years. It's not. So I understand that everyone's emotionally connected. I get it. I ain't going to cuss you for it. But it has to go, blood. It has to go, blood. You need to leave. We need to leave. And then once we get to that point where we can accept that we have to leave, now we can talk about what's better for the club. Is it this cramped up spot next to Fulham Broadway that we cannot build above 60k on? Or is it Earls Court where I can build 70, 80k, make even more money off concerts during the summer and international breaks and all of that? And that would help the club. This is where the Chelsea Supporters Trust, I say that, they haven't been given a proposal, so I can't cuss them out or anything, but this is where Bowley and Igbali need to have conversations with the Supporters Trust. Everyone will rip into them. What have they been given to propose? They've not been given any proposals. If we're in a race against time to go and get Earls Court, hurry up and drop a proposal to the pitch owners so you guys can have a discussion. Hurry up and get that over with. Because I've spoken to one of the heads of the Supporters Trust, and he said that they would be down for it if they were to just speak to them and they could manage what the situation would be. For example, if they were to say they would move, but they would retain the Chelsea pitch owners and the freehold, they would keep season ticket holders in an area of the pitch which is similar to where they're sitting at and around the people that they regularly sit around, that would work for them too. If they were to freeze prices for the first couple of seasons and then raise them fairly in line with, inflation and everything like that, that would be a plan that they would look at and they could potentially agree with, because there's pitch owners that want the move. There's pitch owners that are fine with the move. But they haven't been given any proposals. So everyone who shits on the pitch owners, I get it. There's some man who sound hella annoying where they're like, oh, I don't want to leave regardless of what happens. We've got memories here. We've done everything here. We've won everything here. Why do we now have to leave? Inflation, you stupid motherfuckers. But there's people that are like that, but the majority would listen to an argument for it. But they haven't dropped a proposal and we're in a race against time. So if we're going to be angry at anybody, be angry at Clear Lake and Bowley. Be angry at them. Why haven't you dropped a proposal with them yet? Because they're waiting. They're all waiting. Fraser, I think it's 75% vote. I think it's a 75% vote. Memory is memory, but you know what the fact is. The fact is those... Yeah. It's the world-class players. I'm speaking on the mindset of people like, we made memories at the bridge. I don't want to move. It's my ground, my home. Shut up, man. Everyone's got to move at one point. United are looking to move. The only club that I don't see moving at all is Liverpool. And they're just in a good enough spot for it. They don't really need to. They just have to renovate stands and all of that. I wish we had that spot. Then this wouldn't be a conversation. Lebo, if we were to move without them, we forego the name Chelsea FC. So Chelsea need a new name in that case. And fuck that. Fuck that. I don't want to see that shit. We are Chelsea. We are Chelsea. Actually, let me not say we are Chelsea. We might actually become Chelsea if that ends up happening. Chelsea FC and all of that. Then Chelsea FC would turn in some Wimbledon going up the leagues, and then we end up beefing them in the Prem in like 2 decades or some shit like that. But yeah. And in terms of ground names, there you are, Else Court. That's the name of the ground. Else Court. Don't even think of carrying the name Stanford Bridge to another ground. Fuck that. Fuck that. Stanford Bridge is Stanford Bridge. You leave Stanford Bridge, it ain't Stanford Bridge anymore. That's it. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. At least for the club, try and keep us around Chelsea, which is Else Court. Else Court. We need Else Court, man. So hopefully we get a proposal sooner or later. Because other than that, it's just going to become people blaming shit. Oh, it's the pitch owner's fault. They haven't had a proposal. They haven't. Big up to Sky Knight, saying we should start raising funds to buy a board chair from the pitch owners. You could have a charity live stream to raise 125k. It would be a call of action. 125k for a board chair? What? Or what? To raise enough so you could buy enough shares to have a massive say in things. I think CB says he has like $1,000 worth of shares of the pitch owners. I know some people do buy it in bulk and all of that. But yeah, for everybody, it's like, I think 125 quid to be a pitch owner. You can just get that on the website. 125 pounds, I think, gets you a percentage, like a 0.001% share in the Chelsea pitch owners. And yeah, then you can have your say in whether Chelsea should move or not. Just listen to all scenarios. That's all I'll say to people. Because I've seen a few of my mates go on Chelsea Fan TV and talk about buy a share so you can say no. No. Fuck that. Like, if we can get Else Court, I'm voting yes. I'm voting yes immediately. But here we are. I said, big up my bro, said Andrew. Which Andrew? Which Andrew? But big up to you, man. Big up to you. What's the rest of the chat saying? What is it? We can't leave because one legend has his ashes there, so we have to stay there for the next 1,000 years. Look, shout out Peter Osgood, innit? Shout out Peter Osgood. Look, I just hope it's in an urn. If it's in an urn, I won't lie. Look, dig it up and move it. Dig it up and move it. And if you scattered the ashes, then... Ah, shit. I don't know what to say, though. I'm still going to want to move anyway. Like, big up to Peter Osgood. Like, one of the greatest ever players to ever play for this football club. One of the first, like, real English superstars from back in the day. But I still want us to move. I won't front. Nah, H, we already got a statue for him. Move it. Move that to Else Court too. Move that, and in fact, make another statue. I want that. I want a statue of, like, I don't know if you remember that moment where Drogba, Terry, and Lampard were hugging each other after we won the first UCL in Munich. Make a statue of that. I've never seen one photo that screams statue immediately. Make a fucking statue of that right now. Then that. That one photo. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Yeah, this is it. This is it. That. If there's ever been a picture that's worthy of a statue, ever, it's that. Them three, bruv. It's just a shame Petr Cech weren't there as well and Ashley Cole to properly complete it. Or you could even do the Atletico thing and have like plaques for players. Just not a 100 appearance thing, because then you're going to have a fuck ton of rats having plaques like Havertz and Mount and all them bums. Like plaques for legends. Like we have the shed wall and everything where we put all of our greatest players on the shed wall of the old shed end. Have like a little plaque thing. like Atletico Madrid do. Let me see if I can find a photo of it. So this is what Atletico Madrid do. They've got plaques for players whenever they hit, I think, 100 appearances or something. And I'd want it for something a little bit tougher to get to than that, because obviously you can see if you rat out the club, they're gonna take the piss of your plaque. Look at Courtois, for example. Courtois gets all sorts of graffiti whenever they get a Madrid derby. Who else? Hugo Sanchez, Aguero, Arda Turan. I remember that from when I went to Atletico away. Because I did Atletico away. I think it was the second ever game they had at the Wanda Metropolitano. And Hugo Sanchez, Aguero, Arda Turan's already had bare graffiti, dog shit. What else? Just stacks of like bottle lids all over it. So yeah, do it for something with a bit more prestige around it. Big up to Anthony Lafleur, really generous donation. Big up to you, my guy. Saying, what do you think of the rumors of you guys being linked with Mignon? I know Chelsea have been interested in Leao for a while, but I saw these links as well. Definitely take Elscourt if you have the chance. Yes, please. Yes, please. For Elscourt, Mignon. I've not seen any Mignon links. It's been a while since we were linked to him. He rejected us because we didn't have UCL football. So I think it would all be dependent on that. Team talk. Oh, brother. Team talk. Chelsea and Villa are strongly considering moves for Mike Mignon. Why the fuck would Villa want him? They got Emi Martinez. 33 million you'd be accepting for him. Oh, if only he weren't injury prone. Oh. Quality goalkeeper. I'd still take him anyway, just because look at the fucking options that we have. But yeah, he a little bit fragile. He's a little bit fragile still. Rafael Leao. I don't know with him. 2 years ago, I would have said immediately, but every time I watch him, I think he's just some transition demon. And we don't really do transition football like that. So I don't know if he'd suit us. I really don't. But he is direct. He is good 1v1. I wouldn't be completely against it, but I need to see the price tag that's being asked for him. But another thing I'd want to say, and this segues me pretty well, because I have heard a few things from my source. And my source, well, we already know we're fucked financially without the UCL this season, but that was confirmation of it. We are fucked financially if we don't make the Champions League. And there's certains that are probably going to push for a move. There's certain individuals that I've heard could potentially be pushing for a move if we don't get the Champions League. So I'm trying to see. Do I have a photo? Do I have a photo? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. There's certain people that could potentially be pushing for a move to a UCL club. Oh, what was that? What was that? No, I think my thing glitched. My thing glitched. That's crazy though. That's crazy though. Still. But yeah, big up to Anthony Lafleur. Thank you for that segue because, yeah, I did hear that a certain man met with certain man, and I heard if we don't get UCL, they're gonna look to leave. They're They're going to want to leave the club. So, hey, figure that one out. Figure that one out. I would also like to say the nerve. But I heard specifically that one player would want to leave if we don't get UCL, and that the club would likely be willing to cash in. So, hey, yeah, I can't really name the players, but yeah, my thing's glitching like mad. Man said, hopefully we don't get UCL. Someone said it, innit? Someone said it. All because, again, the nerve. You of all people. You've been a bum for how long? But it's standard as well. The same player who loves to blame everyone else when he has a mistake leading to a goal is probably just going to blame the club and fuck off. Well, off you fuck. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I genuinely, like, if that can get us a good fuck ton of peas, off you go. Off you go. I don't care like that. I don't care like that at all. Yeah, trust Nad, it's cheeky, bruv. You've not even been top 10 players for us this season for you to try and run that. Not even top 10 players trying to do that. Well, if you don't get UCL, I'm gonna leave. Huh? Fuck off. What is this? What is this? Remember when Cole wanted to leave? I don't remember that. I remember there was rumours of Liverpool, but I think he said he wanted guarantees over starting. I think that's what happened. He said he wanted guarantees over how much minutes he was going to get. I think that's what the stance was. But yeah, we obviously got the minutes, and look what we're getting. Look what we're getting. We're getting a whole load of when you score against Southampton, bottom of the table, Southampton, and all of that. But hey, similar to Mount, entitled BS from the Cobham bums. I won't say all of them, though. There's some respectful ones. Shout out Trev. Shout out Reese. The real ones. The real ones. This guy, though. Shame, please. And also, I did have a source confirm to me as well that we did lose 3-0 to the under-21s. We did. So I was thinking when I saw it, who the fuck is the Chelsea spot? I've never heard of them in my life. Some random account that we're now trying to take seriously as a source. And then I checked my messages. I got a message telling me that yesterday. So, how? Who was playing? So, the Chelsea spot said Gusto, Badiashile, Tosin, Lavia, Sancho, and Nkunku included the first team players. Yeah, same, but like, I won't front. That source had me questioning things because it was just him and nobody else. But since then, even the Athletics reported on it too. So it's like, I can't say nothing then. It's probably true. It's probably true. Fuck. Well, I'm glad we'll never see the highlights of that. Chizzy Ezenwata. Must have been Sanchez starting, innit? Must have been Sanchez. Although, to be fair, Sanchez's name didn't even come up in that. But I would assume it was like all the people who weren't injured and weren't in international duty. I don't even remember who got called to international duty. I don't remember at all. So all I know is Reese did because I saw him at the Albania game last week. And that's it. Maresca Colts heroes will defend this, by the way. What is there to defend or to attack when we don't know what happened? We just know that we lost, and that's unacceptable. We don't know what happened. So I'm saying, yeah, this is why Maresca should leave. I haven't watched the game. This is why Nkunku's shit. I didn't watch the game. I have no words to tell you about the performance. It's just the result is unacceptable. But all I can say is that the result's unacceptable, but no one knows what happened. No one knows what happened. So, yeah. Yeah. I said I literally played in the game. How did it go? I was high, innit? I was high. I didn't see anything. I was too busy hotboxing the changing rooms and all of that. Oh, okay, fair enough. We got one source. We got one source. And Nkunku was shit. Standard. I did see Fabrizio spoke about Nkunku too, saying we can add Nkunku's name to potential outgoings for Chelsea this summer. Wants to play regularly. For now, full focus on securing the UCL, Chelsea's main target. Nkunku knows he's needed in the next games. With the players that we have back, you just go back to the bench immediately. But yeah, add Nkunku's name to potential outgoings. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you for the hat-trick against Barrow in the Conference League goals, but it's time to piss off and take your balloons with you. Take the balloons with you, bruv. Sanchez, how do you know that? Daniel, how do you know that? You got a source? You got a source? All we know is that there's 6 players that did play. And it was Gusto, Badiashile, Tosin, Lavia, Sancho, and Nkunku. How do you know Sanchez didn't play? Shout out Daniel, though. Big up, my G. Big up, my G. Look, I don't care if Colwill stays or goes. I don't care if he stays or leaves. Is Jorgensen on international? Yeah, he must be, innit? He must be. Probably not starting because they got fucking Kasper Schmeichel and that, but... Yeah, Jorgensen's on international duty, so... It definitely weren't Bettinelli. It definitely weren't Bettinelli. They're not giving it to the group chat admin. It's all mad. It's all mad. Man said stop coping. What do you mean cope? There's no coping. I've just said I don't know what happened in the game. We just lost 3-0 to under 21s and it's a disgrace. Well, where's the cope in that? I'm very confused. But, hey. It's all mad. Yeah, team talk and caught offside. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. I know what I'm believing, bruv. I know what I'm believing. I'll tell you. It was Ted Curd. Shout out Daniel, man. Big up, bro. What other news did we have as well? We have the Sancho situation. Everybody's favorite dragged out scenario. 5 million was the significant fee that we were told for the last 2 weeks. 5 million to send Sancho back. I will say, I think we're doing this to try and wake him up now. I said this on Back Again. I think this whole Sancho situation is just fix up. Your job ain't secure, mate. Like, don't think we're just gonna buy you regardless of these performances. You know, it's time to wake up. Time to wake up, mate. But I also think, like, regardless, we'll probably end up buying him anyway. Even if he does stink it out till the rest of the season, I do think we keep him. But there's a reason why all of this is dropping. It's a little bit of a wake-up call. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. Man said nothing positive about losing to under 21s. It doesn't matter if we didn't watch the game. What did I say was positive about it? What did I say that was positive about it? I didn't say anything was good about that. Nothing. Some of you man really just moan for the sake of moaning. Like, I never said it's okay, guys. It's only the international break. They probably played at 30%. Who cares? No. I just said I don't know what happened. So I'm not talking about it. Confused, man. So confused. You don't drop a 15-minute rant video on a game you didn't watch and suddenly you're being positive. I'm bare lost. Yeah, I didn't even defend it. What's there to defend? Clearly they didn't. Lost 3-0 to kids. Just don't know what happened. Here we are. Like, back to the Sancho stuff. Now, you lot know my stance on it. I wouldn't get rid of him yet. 5 million is an insane get out of jail card. It's insane. To be able to even just say, yeah, we'll write this off for 5 million. But United are so shit. They're so dumb. They're incredibly dumb. They could have said, if you want to cancel it, it's double back. 5 million. 5 mil. That's one of those where, like, if it was to happen, I ain't gonna do no rant streams about it. I'd be a bit disappointed it ended out this way. I won't front, because everything I saw first half of the campaign, it did give me a vibe of like, yo, we've got a very good winger on our hands. But I won't lie, like, if he shit till the remainder of the campaign and they choose to send him back, like, I won't sit here and rage about it. I won't be like, what the fuck? Why are we doing this? This is incredibly stupid. What the hell is wrong with us? Clear Lake out. All of that. I'll just be like, well, that was a waste. That would be my vibe. It would just be like, it's just a fucking waste of a season then. But whatever. It's just another example of how bad last summer was. That's all it would be. So, whatever. Sancho, you got till the remainder of the campaign. But fucking hell, sending him back for 5 million. Only United could allow that sort of clause. Man said we got a 5 million loophole on an obligation to buy. If Clear Lake are good for anything, it's for loopholes. It's the only thing that these lot are like really consistent about. And bar that, God knows. God knows. But the rest of what we've seen is just all like think pieces. There's been Noni news. They're talking about Newcastle and Aston Villa keeping an eye on him. They're keeping an eye on Noni and all of that. It's like, okay, yeah. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Chelsea could opt to cash in to fund new summer signings. I think that's another hint of the whole, yo, if we don't get UCL football, there's going to be a lot of like question marks on people. And there will be players that they try to cash in on. It's just, yo, if you're going to cash in on the one that wants to fuck off if we don't make it. So, yeah. Cash in on them, man. Cash in on them. Mudryk Pop. Who's doing Mudryk Prop? So if we... Alright, that's smart, Adam, still. You're big up, man. That's smart. Okay, which question marks on which people will you question? The ones that go without saying, innit? Enzo, Caicedo, Palmer, Cucurella, Jackson. Even Noni, to be honest. Like, we see how much we've missed Noni with him being out, so I would question that. Santos. James and Gusto. I think that'll be it. That'll be it, really. Ownership, man. No, I'm talking about question marks on players, whether they're being sold or not. That's what I meant in terms of question marks. Not like the whole club as a whole and everything. I'm saying there'd be question marks on who would be kept or who would be sold to make up the money that we don't have with UCL football. So, yeah. I wasn't talking about like the structure of the club and everything. And all of that. Yeah, no worries, bro. Don and Alex doing much. Oh, brother. You're kidding me, man. Yeah, there is no centre-back on that. Like, I'd want to say Fofana, but, like, that brother's so injury-prone. It's like, yeah. You have to just make sure you get someone of that profile. You just have to. Neto is a... Don't care. Don't care. I don't care. Like, yo, I don't mind if he stays. He'll be better with a striker and everything, but... That's it. I don't think Jackson will be sold. I don't think he'll be sold. We gave him, like, the extended death row contract. He ain't going nowhere. Mayno. Nah. He'd just be depth. I'd take him as depth, but that's it. And, like, to be honest, we got, like, how many midfielders competing for first team spots anyway? We shouldn't be linked with another midfielder for another 4 years. We shouldn't be linked with another midfielder for 4 years. So, nah. Oh, yeah, Mamadou Sarr. Yeah, I forgot we got him joining as well. So, yeah, there's another centre-back. Oscar Bob. I forgot he's even alive. No. Nah. Don't need that. There was one more news on Enzo Fernandez. Several Atletico Madrid players tried to convince Enzo Fernandez to join them over the international break. He's determined to stay at Chelsea in the future. All options are open. So what? Maybe in a year or two. He might want that. He probably won't. Like, Enzo Fernandez has been one of the few signings that I look at and he just screams Chelsea. This brother has got so much passion for the club. It's insane. I actually don't know how he's got all of this for someone who's just been here like 18, 20 months and hasn't even done anything with us. But yo, man loves the club. He's proper Chelsea and all that. So don't really see him pushing for an exit. Yeah, Daniel, proper passion merchant, man. Proper passion merchant. Like, heart on his sleeve and all of that with the armband. So yeah, I don't see him going. I don't see him going anywhere. Felix to Galatasaray. I've not seen anything on that. Not anything refutable. Mail Sport. Oh, that's not great. Well, Gazzetta dello Sport. Okay, here we go. João Felix's agent is already in talks with Galatasaray over the possible departure. Interesting. Yo, big up JC. Big up, my bro. I hope you're good. Shout out Blue Studio too. Shout out Blue Studio. João Felix to Galatasaray. Yo, if they want him, make sure it ain't a loan move. I want the money. I want the money. The fuck? He had the same passion for River Plate and Ben. Okay, you see, I didn't know that, but. Aye, fair enough. Okay, he'll just love whatever badge he's wearing then. Fairs. Either way, I don't see him pushing for an exit. Not right now. Maybe in the future then. Maybe in the future. Like, if we ain't patterned up in a year or two. But, hey. Yeah, you see, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Tevez is a great example, to be honest. That brother carried West Ham out of the drop in 06-07 and then left immediately. Left immediately, bruv. CFC Daily Bomber. What? Never heard of a daily bomber. Oh. Palmer, Jackson, Noni all on course to return for Chelsea against Tottenham. Yeah, we knew that. We knew that. I already been saying, like, this is why I'm not really that worried about the run-in. We've got all of our players back. We're now the fittest that we've been in months. We're the fittest that we've been in months. We have our entire forward line back. We have Lavia back. We have Fofana back. This is where the W should be returning as well. And we've got a winnable run of games coming up. The dreaded winnable run. But look. Spurs at home, 3 points, run, move. Brentford, they're not the same at home that they used to be. Go get me 3 points. And Ipswich. That should be 3 wins in a row. And what's the game after that? Is it Everton? Is Everton our next home game after that? No, Fulham away. It'll be a bit tricky, but should be able to handle it. And then Everton at home. I would like at least 4 wins out of 5 in that run. Facts, man. No more Nkunku. No more Nkunku, man. Yeah, we still got to play Liverpool. I don't care. Let's just hope they won the league by then. If they've won the league by then, we're all good. Like, there'll be a bit more on the beach. We might be able to, like, have a game. We might be able to have a good game of football. We'll see. We'll see. James will not be in the middle when Lavia is playing. He's not. He is not. So I wouldn't worry about that. Everyone's annoyed about it. There's a reason why he's been playing in the middle. It's because we have limited physicality and aggression when it's just Caicedo and Enzo in that midfield. Reece James gives us a little bit more of that. It's not the whole, oh, he's playing players out of position, but you're not calling it out. But you called it out with Poch. Yeah, with Poch, I was in mid-table while he's doing up Chilwell left back and Colwell left wing and Gallagher on the wings and all of that stupidness. We're 4th. We are 4th. Manager struggled against Leicester at home and was fist-pumping the crowd. Okay, so we'll be annoyed when Pochettino doesn't embrace the Chelsea fans after a victory. But when Maresca comes out and does embrace the fans after a victory, we're going to be annoyed about that too because it's only Leicester. How does that make sense? Manager fist pumps and claps fans after victory. Oh, what an embarrassment. What an embarrassment. How disgusting. How dare he? Next time, you know what? Don't acknowledge the fans. Just go down the touchline. Just go do your press conference. Yeah. Yeah. False 4th. Okay, then Pochettino was a false 6th. We can do both. We can do both. Tuchel disagreed with James at midfield. Yeah, because he's a right back. James will not be playing midfield when Lavia's fit. He won't. Because why would he? He just wouldn't be. Against Leicester, who got walloped against Brentford 4-0. I don't care. We won the game. Go celebrate with your fans. Go celebrate with the fans. I always say the one thing manager and players should do after a game is clap the fans. Always. Win or lose. Why are we getting annoyed at him for acknowledging the fans? This is like one of the things I cussed Poch out for all season. Because he didn't clap the fans. He does a fist bump for beating Leicester. I don't care. I don't care at all. Why should we? Why should we? Yeah, be annoyed at him for shaking Timber's hand. You see, I ain't even going to talk that one down. I would have headbutted him personally, but here we are. Here we are. Daniel, I know exactly what you're going to say, for fuck's sakes. And I know you're laughing behind your screen as well, man. I can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. Trust True Blue, even I was annoyed about the Leicester performance, but as soon as I let a couple of hours go past, I thought the same thing. We won. I don't care like that no more. And Jimmy gave me a great point too. He's like, look, I hear the performance argument if we're going for a title, but it's top 4. Let's take the 3 points and bounce in it. Like it's not that deep. I hear the game weren't great and everything, but like, fuck it. Like we took the 3 points. And I hear it. I was way too annoyed about the game at full time for my own good. But yeah, here we are. Yeah, like there you go. Like, I'll be annoyed about that. I understand it. But like whatever for everything else. You're fist bumping against Leicester. Who gives a shit? Who cares? But yeah, let me drop this link out anyway. I've been going on for way too long. Big up to every single one of you that's locked in. Hit the like, subscribe, all of that shit. Let's see what everybody's saying. If anyone's about. And yeah, in a week's time, football will be back. Thank the Lord. Thank the good Lord. And we've got our favourite team to play, Tottenham Hotspur. Run me that. Run me that. But yeah, links going out. Hit the like, subscribe, super chat if you want your comment to get read out. And big up to all you, man. Up the Blues. Oh, fucking hell. Who do you think's... Oh, Bakayoko. Havertz is lucky Bakayoko played for my club. Otherwise, I would have said him. But it's Bakayoko. And then you figure out the rest after. Hurry the fuck up, man. Nearly done. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, now we're done. Cool. What's the rest of the chat saying? Who do we still have out injured? Mark Hiu. I think it's just Mark Hiu. Nobody else. Lavia's back. Fofana's back. Jackson, Noni, Palmer, they're all back. Reese is back. Everybody's back. Everybody's back. It's just you. Well, at least for me, it's just you because, yo, I need Chelsea back ASAP, man. It's been boring. Like, it's been nice to detach for a little bit and rest up, but like, yeah, now I'm done. I want football back. Get me football back ASAP, bruv. Big up to Mad Hangry. Shout out Fatter as well. Saying we're winning the Club World Cup, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, and top 2 in the Prem next season. Talk about a fucking great year, bruv. Imagine. Now the World Cup Conference League, I hear that. Domestic double and the UCL afterwards. Yo, the amount of apologies that you'd be hearing going around would be fucking nuts. It will be fucking nuts. God willing, man. Shout out Mad Hangry. I speak this into existence in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Big up, Lewis.
Bro. Big up, Daniel. Hope you're good, man.
I'm good, man.
I'm still a starstruck from yesterday, so.
Wait. What you mean you know what I was laughing at?
Yeah, you were talking about Mount, weren't you, with the whole clapping shit? Yeah, knew it. I know you too well, bro.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Hey, what's going on? Apparently.
What we saying? What's the topics, man?
Yeah.
So
what we starting with?
Well, we've got the under 20. Yeah, also your mic's doing the whole farting thing again. But we got the under 21s team beating Chelsea, and the whole Vivid Seat situation. Actually, no, the Vivid Seat stuff, I didn't even speak about that, to be honest. But the Chelsea Supporters Trust have reported Todd Bowley to the Premier League. So, yeah, that's gonna get a bit awkward. But I say that they would have known about it anyway. Oh, might still bug it. Or reduce that.
That's Steph or Daniels.
Yeah, no, it's Daniels. But yeah, I would expect the Premier League to already know about it. So I don't get what the point of them reporting. Because Bowley would have had to have gone through a fit and proper test to take over Chelsea with Clearlake. And they would have known about all of his other side ventures. One of those would be Vivid Seats. So I don't really get what it's been reported for. It's not going to change anything. They already know about it. And it's not just Chelsea that are involved in that. There's a string of other clubs involved. Hell, while that was happening, Manchester City announced a deal with Viagogo, I think. Or was it?
Viagogo.
It was some. Was it Viagogo? Yeah, it was some ticket company. Or what was it? It wasn't Trivago.
No, it wasn't Trivago. It's Viagogo.
Viagogo, right?
Trivago is a traveling company, like
Viagogo. That's it. The world's leading ticket marketplace. This is just where football's getting to. This is just where it's going to. Tell me what you think of Pulisic. Did you get loot for that? No, that was a Chelsea Fan TV video. And I don't even hate Pulisic like that. I just cussed him out in that video because he didn't clap the fans. That was it. I said, Havertz, Pulisic, Cucurella, and Ziyech, you lot are a bunch of pricks. Because you didn't clap the fans and we travelled 6 hours for that dog shit 1-0. With that dead lineup of Broja, Mount, and Gallagher up top.
Ugh.
And none of them clapped the fans, so I cussed them out. And then someone like, this is why you're people say you're a negative fan and everything. Now hold that, bruv. Go clap the fans. I don't give a shit whether we won or lost. Go and deal with what the fans have to say because they are the heartbeat and the mouth of the club. That's it. That's it. Vivid Seats money is going in Bowley pocket. Probably all of them.
What are you saying, Lewis? You still here?
Yeah. No, you're all good now. You sound clear. But yeah, like we got the under-21 stuff, the whole else court situation. Apparently, like we now actually can bid for that spot. And there's rumors that else court's development plan is too much for what their budget is. So we might have an option, but we need to bid real fast. So ultimately, it comes down to Bowley and Clearlake needing to drop a proposal with the Chelsea pitch owners. If they don't do it, it ain't going anywhere.
They have to come out.
And they haven't done that yet?
No, there's only been one proposal they've ever got, and it was from Roman about Battersea. That's never
true.
got a
that was
proposal.
a while ago. Yeah, that's true.
That's why for everyone cussing out the pitch owners because they won't move, they haven't had a proposal to even decline.
So and wasn't that like, I'm pretty sure when the Roman thing happened, people pretend and act like it was 100% no. They lost by like 20% or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And even then, Roman tried shady stuff. Like he got all of his cronies to buy shares in that and everything.
Because they were asking to keep the CPO, and he didn't want that as well. So that's like, I don't think that was in the proposal that he put in to like let them transfer the CPO, right?
No.
Yeah, that wasn't in the proposal, if I remember correct. If someone else comes in and says otherwise, I stand corrected. But from what I remember, it's not a case of the CPO is never going to be willing to move. Give them a proposal, which they haven't yet.
Yeah, and like even then, like it would have to be even more in line with what they want because they just don't trust Clearlake even close to the way they trust Roman.
True. Yeah, you're gonna have a harder time than Roman did.
Like ultimately, they're going to have to keep the CPO in place just to even have a chance, in my opinion. And I'm fine with that. Like regardless of whether the owners would or not, ultimately the Chelsea pitch owners are only there because like they want the best interests of the club at heart. And I do like the idea that the fans can have some sort of control. So I'd keep it in place personally.
The thing is there's lack of communication between the owners and also the CPO as of late. Like you said, like maybe the CPO doesn't receive the proposal, or maybe like the owners never talk too much to like the supporters trust in a concrete way. They just
don't speak to them at all.
They only just like stop in terms of the generic let us thank you for the time and support. We'll do everything we can behind the scenes. It's just too much generic words behind the scenes that supporters don't like it in some ways.
But whatever their relationship, they haven't given them a proposal to bid on to say yes or no. right? You have to give them one. Give them a stadium plan for that area. Tell them what it's going to look like, and then we can say if the CPO is being like if they're unreasonable or if they're being reasonable, right? Like we have to see what the proposal is. You have to pitch
and
it.
this is the problem. Until then, it's just we're in limbo.
It's just talk,
And,
right?
and,
That's it.
and to be honest, it probably comes down to Consortium as well, because you're hearing like Bowley, I think, would prefer a move away. And Clear Lake is still weighing up all of the available options. I'm thinking, yo, it's big 2025. What are we talking about weighing up the options? You've been here for 3 seasons. And this is one of the main things that you were prioritizing when you bought the club. What are you still thinking about? Make a decision.
I'm not gonna lie, Lewis. I was under the assumption that they had a plan before they bought the club. Like they had like several plans. Like if we buy the club, this is what it's gonna look like. If it stays at Stanford Bridge, this is what it's gonna look like if we move somewhere else. I thought all that was already sorted. That's why they got the Spurs guy to to join, right? Because that's his whole gig is he's like a developmental guy. That's where he made his billions. I thought that's why. I thought all this was done.
Now you
gotta
mention
understand why I don't like these guys. I
because,
don't trust them. I'm sorry, man.
I remember with Roman, even when we weren't sure what the situation was, there was already a blueprint made for what the new Stanford Bridge would look like. So, what the fuck's taking so long? And Namaya, bro, I keep telling you, man, Rance is not going to unblock you. He don't unblock people. He don't. It's over.
I don't know what is the owners doing behind the scenes. Like we want to know.
They're fighting. We know they're fighting. Now, what even what's the owners doing? People want to ignore reports when it suits them, and they want to take in stuff when they want to take in stuff, right? Like Bowley can come out in interviews now and say, "Listen, we're all aligned. We have no problem. We just got to sort certain things out." But the reports that we got just a few months ago, was it? Maybe more than a few months ago, about them having a divide between the Clear Lake group and the Bowley group. It makes sense why you can decide what you want to do stadium-wise. Why one wants to stay and one wants to leave. That should have been sorted. Like, we should know what you want to do. And now it should be about, like, let me find the people who are going to build the stadium. Let me convince the CPO. Right now, we should all just be blaming CPO. They don't want. We couldn't even get to that point because you guys are still arguing about what you want to do.
This is the thing Alex spoke a year or two about, the problems of having a consortium owner. Because everything just takes so fucking long to like actually get across because you need so much of an agreement. And here we are. So
what, Alex Harris or which Alex?
Alex? Oh, no, Russian Alex.
Oh, okay.
Chat. One of the mods blocked me. I must have been trolling like years back, and someone just blocked me. It is what it is. I told Rance don't even bother unblocking me. Like it's long. There's no point.
So we have 61% on the Clear Lake and then 37.5 to Bowley and then the other 3. Is it?
I think so.
You're talking about
you're
talking about ownership. This is where people, I don't know, people make this problem all the time. They think like your percentage in ownership dictates your percentage in the running of the actual club. It doesn't always. If he was signing the contract that he has the same amount of I don't say like ownership vote, then that's because we all don't know this. We don't know what the voting is in there. Like who's voting what, who's saying what. Maybe both. If Clear Lake can just outvote Bowley at any point and it doesn't matter, then why is there even a conversation of if we're staying or going? Then I guess we're fucking staying, right? Since Clear Lake owns most of the club. It's not that simple. Otherwise, it would have been solved if it was that simple.
I don't know. All I know is they've been saying that it's something that will be sorted by the early 2030s. So we're going to be having this conversation for a while. At least the next 2 or 3 years. And then we should have an idea. We should have some idea of what what the idea is. Are we going to stay? Are we going to move? Or, you know what? To be honest, I say that. We're in a race against time to even bid for Else Court. I think if we bid for Else Court, we know what the idea is. If we don't, then it's the bridge and everyone just has to like come to terms with it. But we move anyway. And this is what annoys me. We go, we don't want to move from Stanford Bridge. If we stay at Stanford Bridge, we have to move for up to 7 years anyway. All to come back to a ground that everyone's going to say doesn't feel like Stanford Bridge and isn't the old Chelsea. Fuck it, let's just move to Earls Court then.
Can you extend it like stand by stand slowly at the bridge?
But you guys are like skipping
to do already. Look at our ground's too small to accommodate taking out an entire stand.
and you're skipping like several. We're not even at a level of like there are options. So they're just putting these news out for no reason. Like they haven't bid for Earls Court. They haven't put up a stadium model or something like what it's going to look like at any point for any of them, like staying at Stanford Bridge or moving. They haven't done any of that. We're doing all the work for them.
Is buy the Stoll mansions next to us, which hints more at staying. Because you bought the Stoll mansions.
You know what?
At least up the area a little bit. But even then, you could potentially just sell all of that off and make more money.
Even if you built a 60K stadium, it's going to cost how much roughly? About 2 billion? 1.5
and
billion?
Don't forget, we have to demolish and then dig underground and then build. It's just going to cost more in general. Then you have to take into account there's sometimes that we'll have to get the district line railway next to it switched off.
Yeah,
like
no thanks. It's going to cost a lot. It's going to cost a lot. I think that the stadium in general is going to cost a lot, right? Like, and during the time of the stadium being built, during the time of after the stadium is built, I don't think we can even we just have to accept wherever we are, like on the football side at that point, because they're not gonna they have to borrow money to build the stadium. Like that's just the way it goes. You have to borrow money to build something like that, even if they're borrowing it from themselves, I guess. But either way, that's gonna be on the books, and they have to pay that back. So I don't think we should be worried about the stadium right now. Like right now, all our focus should be on the playing side, the footballing side.
Remind me again.
What does that look like?
Remind me again, for the last 3 years, ever since the ownership took over, how many times they clearly engaged in terms of the communication with the CPO, the supporters, or the fans in it? How many times though?
What do you mean?
Like, what I mean by that, it's just that, a bit of talk, a bit of transparency in some ways, like proposing something, the plans. And that's why I get what the frustration of it, because at the moment, like the CPO is not happy with the way that the owners didn't want to come out and say. There's a lack of clarity in some ways, and also communication.
Yeah, that's why they're annoyed. They're not hearing anything. There's no news, no updates, no questions, no nothing. It's just everyone knows they can't move unless they speak to the pitch owners. Unless they want to be real brazy and try and change the name of the club and move. Which, I mean, good luck. Good fucking luck. You're going to see riots and all sorts of shit. But there's nowhere else to move to in West London.
I'm even sure the Premier League will probably even stop that. They'll come into play and say, "Nah, we can't do this. Like, you guys can't move and change Chelsea's name. Like, no."
If we change the club's name,
what would stop them?
I mean, listen, we see the government found a way to get rid of Roman. They'll find a way to stop them from doing that. I'm sure that's not in there. Like, that wasn't in the list of things they wanted. Is, oh yeah, you can buy Chelsea, but yeah, you can also change the name and do whatever you want with it. I really doubt that.
I hear it because we've never seen it happen before, but again, I just don't think.
I promise you're not going to see it happen. That's where you're going to see politics really in football.
The thing is,
I hope that's the case, man. I really do.
I don't know, man. We've been talking about this for a while now, and I think Ben Jacobson said one time, was it 2030, 2031? Like, what was that for? Basically, before
the what?
He said about the stadium plan will be happening in 2030 and 2031. What was that about, Ben Jacobs? Or I must have misread or something. Misread the info.
Not sure. Oh, yeah, big up Abdi. Yeah, the Blue Studio. I'm gonna check my DMs. Abdi, one sec. I'm gonna drop you the link as well if you're about.
Yeah. Let me check on that. But
Where the fuck? Why do I never see this guy's at? Well done.
Do you know what? We're in a limbo. We are in a limbo. We are in a limbo, fellas. We don't know what are we gonna do. Literally, we're in a limbo.
Because they're not telling us what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Someone in the chat is saying, well, maybe they're doing things in the background. Okay, I'm sure they are, but we can't talk on things in the background. We can only speak on things that are public.
And this is why you need to be able to communicate.
And if you're saying there's nothing publicly, then there's nothing to speak about. You want Chelsea fan? You want us to be outraged about Earl's Court or not moving or something for what? Like, why would we be outraged? There's nothing. There's nothing here right now. Until there is, then we can talk.
Afternoon, guys. What are you saying?
Oh, good. Well, on board with what? Moving? Because moving is better for us than staying.
So that's you're on board. I'm not. What are we on board with? There's nothing to be on board with yet. There's no proposal.
No, but this is what I've been saying though, Dan. Like, a lot of people love to crash the CPO, and I used to be like this, but then when I really read into it, it's like when you look at both scenarios where we could have moved the stadium. So the first thing, I don't know if anyone remembers, but when we tried to move to Battersea, the reason why the proposal didn't go through had nothing to do with the CPOs because Roman got outbid. Like, he got outbid comfortably, by the way, by some Chinese investment group. That's why we never got to move to Battersea.
Oh yeah, in the end he did, but I mean people's assumption is that if the CPO had given him the go ahead earlier and he bid the same way they like think about players.
No, but the thing is, whether or not the CPO had given the go ahead, bro, like, what's it called?
I don't know. I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, in the sequence of things that happened after. That happened after the CPO already didn't like the proposals.
They didn't like that idea, but because listen, I'm not 12. I remember when this happened, didn't it? Like, when the proposal was sent, I know there was a bit of backlash to all that. It was done in a bit of a shady way. I know this, but at the same time, like, there was no real, like, there wasn't like an official no. It was more a case of, yeah, let's see what happens. He bid, and some Chinese investment firm got it, and there you go. With the Earl's Court thing, unfortunately, well, the Hammersmith Council don't want to have a football stadium built around there. That's the issue. And if the council approved it, then hopefully, what's it called? Hopefully, the CPO agreed to the move.
But you see how many steps that has to be? Like, they have to make a proposal to the council. The council has to say yes. They have to make a proposal to the CPO. The CPO has to say yes. Then they buy it. So there's none of those steps have been done yet. So I'm not really sure what there is to talk about.
Dan, that's what I've been saying, innit? And this is why I feel like when it comes to the whole CPO thing, I feel like the way that they get criticized is a bit lazy, because I understand there's some people who genuinely just enemies of progress, but when you actually unpack the whole situation, it's not as black and white as we can't move because a bunch of guys who are probably in their 50s or 60s, they're very sentimental with Stanford Bridge and don't want to move. It's not as simple as that. If it was as simple as that, trust me, it would be a lot easier to make a move.
Yeah, but Lewis, can you put up Lil Tunchi's comment?
We're gonna become Spurs. History, energy would all be. What energy? Stanford Bridge is a fucking library, bro.
No, I
know. I just had to address that one first. What energy, bro?
First of all, what are you talking about? Spurs and their problem isn't because they move stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
Spurs' problem is that they're just, I don't know. There's too many issues. But
there's a built-in portion.
They need to be a top club.
There's a built-in portion of, like, listen, if you move stadiums, and we've seen several teams in Spain do it, right? And they've done it the right way. But when you move stadiums, there's going to be a little downturn in terms of your revenue and other things. It happened to Barcelona. It happened to all these guys. So maybe 2-3 years, maybe 4 years. Cool. A lot of these teams have been down for 15, 20 years. The stadium move is not why these guys are shit.
Yeah, they've been crap for ages. But
like,
even
4 years, I understand. 5 years, I understand. Like, okay, we pay back. We got to, blah, blah, blah for like a little bit. But 20 years, 25 years?
Scary times, man. Scary times.
No, but do you know what it is with
if that's
Spurs?
the case, then don't move, bro. Just leave the stadium as is.
In terms
know?
of like history and all of that, this again, it's just like this is more emotional shit. Who cares?
But Lewis, that matters though.
Look, yeah, we have history, and that's why I'm saying stay in West London, stay around Chelsea. This
I'm
is
saying
all the
by
more reason why Else Court suits us.
maybe some fans don't know this, but I think Chelsea is the only club still in its original stadium in England.
Yeah, and like we know how much the stadium's holding us back too, so it's like great.
I don't think the stadium's holding us back.
Outlive that, bro. Unless
No,
we
no.
can build above 60k, who cares?
I think we can, but it just won't happen. It won't be like the logistics means it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, but like that's why Else Court is such a great opportunity for us and the only opportunity that we have. And you gotta take
that. It's not just the fans who decide that though, innit? Like there's been multiple council. It's been published multiple times in the Athletic and stuff that the Hammersmith Council do not want a football stadium in that area.
I heard that they think it would be better for them in terms of tourism and everything.
That's originally why they said no. I mean, maybe they've changed their mind, but the initial reason why the Earls Court move never followed through is because the Hammersmith Council said we don't want a football stadium there.
I thought it was because there's been no proposal or like no push for us to even try get it.
Maybe there's that. But that's what I read.
Right, we haven't dropped a bid for it. There's been no proposal for the CPO. It's just an idea.
Yeah, that's what it is. But that's why I feel like people need to, I don't know. The problem is with Twitter or just social media in general is people, they hear someone blame, a certain entity and say, oh, it's all their fault, it's this, it's that. But they don't actually
Roman wanted to move too, bruv. What's this guy talking about? Sorry, Abs.
That's what I'm saying. Like people, they just don't have nuance when they unpack the situation. They just seem to think, oh, it's one person's fault, it's this and that.
You have to understand, a big part of Roman was that, and he more than them has a right to say this. Is like if I've basically resurrected this club to this level. I should have a right to move the stadium where I want to. I get it, but that's not how it works. So, but more so than any of them, for him, I can at least understand that, right? Or it's like, yo, I've put in a love to like build up this club. I should be allowed to move it without the CPO having the rights to the name. But the CPO didn't want that. And even then, like he said, we ended up getting outbid for it. But again, that happened after the CPO already said no.
But I want front the CPO, like I don't think they were wrong to want themselves still in place, because I do think it's a very good like it's a good bar for like owners to have to try and cross.
No, I'm not saying they're wrong for that. I'm just saying I understand Roman's point of view, and like he has more of a right to feel that way than they do. You get what I'm saying? It's just like,
you see the fact that Roman got the club taken from him. It's all the more reason why I'm glad that they're still in place too.
Now it's we're glad. Yeah, we're definitely glad they're still in place. But yeah, that's all I'm saying is that they don't have any right to demand the CPO give up, their rights. You haven't done anything to tell them that's what they should do, and you should have known that before even buying the club. But you can, if you put a good proposal for them to move. I don't think the CPO is going to say, no, we're staying at Stanford Bridge, no matter what. Because it wasn't 100% back then either.
Yeah, I've spoken to a lot of guys who like go to regular like CPO meetings and talk and like have a part of the supporters trust as well. They've said that they'd be down for the move. There just needs to be certain stipulations in place, like keep the CPO in place, keep ticket price respectable or risen up based on inflation fairly. Well, based on inflation, innit? Like, obviously, it will rise up, but like, don't take the piss and all of that. Keep season ticket holders around each other, the same people that they're around usually, which is easy to like navigate around, and then that would work. Like, you just need to like speak to them. They don't do it. They don't talk.
Yeah, true.
And so it leads to this to narratives being run against both sides.
Lewis, can you pull up H's comment about Rory Jennings?
Oh, brother.
Man says when it gets what's so funny? Do you know people speak about Tory Jennings? You know what's so funny? His opinion in the grand scheme of things is so insignificant because he's only one man. There's a whole group of people who decide. So
Yeah, like one share is like 0.001%. Like you have a word and that's about it.
Yeah, but that's probably in fact now that we mentioned his name, the biggest disgrace from our fan base is that we managed to make this guy seem like he was more
Abdullah, we
important.
got some background noise from you. Just unmute when you want to speak. So go on, Abs.
I was saying, nah, it wasn't him. It was probably it?
Oh, it's not right. Testing. It's gone.
Nah, what was it? So the biggest indictment on the Chelsea fan base is making Rory Jennings relevant, or the so-called spokesperson.
It's because he got into Chelsea fans channel early, and he's still got the acting background. Oh shit! Dodgers.
Huh?
Chelsea Dodgers. Chelsea have been evaluating the possibility of presenting an offer for Leao for months. They will try to support Super agent Jorge Mendes, but are aware AC Milan won't start talks for less than 83 million. Get the fuck off the road! Get the fuck off the road immediately!
That's anything.
You know what? It's like I can't work out whether this is true or not because like logic dictates this isn't true because he doesn't fit what Maresca wants to do at all. But they bought Felix, so who the fuck knows?
83 million pounds, you know, not even in euros. Get out of here, man.
Brother, ugh.
Yeah, man, brother. Ugh. What is that? 83 million, you know. I'm good.
Yeah, to be fair, he's an upgrade on the wingers we've got.
83 million upgrade, no?
I mean, to be fair, it depends who plays left wing. Sancho, Neto, Mudryk, Tyreek. He's better than that.
My play.
Because it doesn't fit the system, which is the more important thing.
You know, I really like Leao, innit? But recently, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've not watched him enough recently, but I don't know, man. It's a techie one.
Tiny toy syndrome, I think.
Personally, Lewis, you know who my guy is anyway. He plays for PSG.
Yeah,
I wanted that guy from 23 before he became a fancy name.
This, though. Nah, your time's gone, mate. Your time's gone. Seems too much of a transition demon for my liking. We don't play like that.
Oh, true. I don't know.
It's not necessarily his attacking play that's the issue. It's his defensive play. Like I think he could work in the possession because he'll just cause chaos. Like if you can get him to buy in, he'll just cause chaos, and like he'll draw people to him, which is what you need in attackers in a possession style system. As long as you don't have runners off of him, it's just the defensive work. We can't be sat here chatting shit about Nkunku the whole season because of how lazy he is, and then let Leao come and think it's acceptable. Like I know he was making a joke, but like I think Go AM said it earlier. Like he would literally make Nkunku look like Gallagher.
I said his heat map looks like a refrigerator. That's insane.
It's true.
But that doesn't do it. But
Yes, bro. What are you saying, bro?
My problem with Rafael is very, very simple. He's a very technical player. But my issue right now with him is he is a very lazy player. And the way Maresca play, you need to be able to defend. That's why I've been advocating for Ademola Lookman. But because being from Nigeria,
You say Lookman?
Yes, Lookman. But my issue with Lookman is because we have an Afcon. Jackson is going to Afcon. Lookman will go to Afcon in December. So now, if you're gonna go for Lookman, we have to be able to bite. We have to be able to like buy the boat and say, okay, Lookman goes. Let's say we buy Osimhen goes. Jackson goes to Afcon. Now we are four because we have our three most important players go to Afcon. So who do we rely on? Who? So it's a complicated issue for the board in terms of the way they look at things. I'm like, do we go for Lookman where in December we're gonna be fucked up in December? Jackson out. Osimhen, maybe let's say we got Osimhen out. Maybe Lookman too out. Imagine us being top of the table by December, and those three players are going to Afcon. How do we survive?
Mm-hmm. I think we can survive easily, to be honest.
But
I'm a really big fan. I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of him.
It's a difficult month.
Yeah,
It's
like
crazy.
you could easily survive if you planned it correctly.
I mean,
The
the
only
same way
issue we
Liverpool
have is
survived for years.
yeah, like you could like I'll be real, like I would be happy, right? That month, like depending on where the team is at, and as long as the rest of the team is performing, there's no reason why. Let's say for example next season Sancho stays and he's our backup left wing. There's no reason he can't start for a month. There's no reason because if he can't, then what the fuck's he here?
Yeah, but Scott, look at it this way. Let's say we buy Osimhen now, and Osimhen is kind of is the leading top scorer. Lukman is assisting and scoring goals. Now Jackson is also performing too. So we have to get our most important performing player out of Afcon. Are we going to rely on Sancho, who is not consistent enough? We have to think about that also too.
I know, but we
Because
lost
Osimhen will score
Drogba,
goals
bro.
for
In
us.
our
We've
height,
had
we
that
used to
before.
lose
At our
Drogba
best,
for
we
a
had
year,
Drogba going.
for a month. Like, why would
Yeah.
you say like Drogba wasn't gone for a month?
Yeah, but look at that. We have Drogba, we have Danielka, we have Kalu. We have this kind of player.
Yeah, that's the point. That's what I'm
Drogba
saying.
and
Is like
Kalu both
We
left,
just need
right?
better attackers, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll be real. That month, if like when it comes to the striker, for example, I've said this, they'll never do this because they're trying to sell him. Just have Fofana, Fofana in the team. You're not going to sell him. You've struggled to sell him for like 2 years. Just have him in the team and get him to play every so often, and he can play for a month. Like, I'll be real. If the team struggles that much, then the rest of the team you've compiled is not good enough. We can't lose one player and all of a sudden it fall apart. I understand it might be Osimhen or Lukman, but that can't happen. If that happens, the players replacing them are shit, which is a problem with squad building, and the players that's starting around them are also shit, which is another issue with squad building. Like, look, for example, now we've had like 2 main injuries to Jackson and Madueke. Palmer's turned to shit, and we've struggled. That's bad squad building. How can you lose 3 players or 2 players really, and it go bad?
No, but Scott, you're saying this as if we've not seen. Like,
I agree.
You're saying
I'm a big fan of.
Wait, go on, bro.
Say again, bro.
Yeah, because I'm a big fan of Lukman because the kind of way we play is a player we need. But again, I look at it this way in terms of getting Leao. My problem, Leao is a technical player. I don't doubt Leao's was scored in terms of his ability and creating chances and scoring goals. My number one fear with Leao is a very lazy player. Leao is very lazy. And my problem with Leao is like he chooses when he wants to play football, and he chooses when he decides not to play football. That's my issue with him. He does not put 100% on the football, and that's my scare. You don't come to Chelsea and just say, I just want. No. This is Chelsea. You have to be on you have to be on your A game 100%. Now, there might be a caveat where you come to Chelsea, he elevates his game up. That I don't know. I've not seen him do that. He only did that once when they won the Scudetto. That was when I saw the best of Rafael Leao. It was 100% of that game, defending, attacking, scoring goals. So now that's my fear because you're gonna bring in a player who is very, very lazy. He chooses one to play football. That's my problem with Leao. That's my issue with him. He chooses one to play football. That's my biggest scare with Rafael Leao. Technical is very good. 1v1 is good. Beating a position, Rafael Leao is very, very good. But my problem is we're going to be moving from top 4 to potentially challenging for the league. I don't think the player is going to be sleeping on the bar and telling me, no, I'm going to perform when it's like 75 minutes. No, I'm sorry, no. I'm so sorry, no. You need to be on your A game with Rafael Leao. That's my problem with him in terms of on a consistent level. That's my fear.
Scott,
I agree. And that's why I wouldn't go for Leao.
Scott, you know you're saying about the squad building thing earlier. Have these guys not shown you 1,000 times that they're not good at squad building?
100%. But like that, for me, like that's been an issue since they've got here, right? That for me would like if the best options out there, which I think now outside of like going and getting Barcola, I think if you want to go and get 2 guys who fit the team, who know how to play together, who are arguably currently one of the best, if not like top 3 in their position currently, go and get them. Don't let Afcon worry about like Afcon shouldn't be why you don't go and get them. Like go and get Osimhen, go and get Lukman. Or try and do the Barcola thing. I don't think it'll work, but try and go and revisit that. If you can't, go and get them. Because if you're not the best just because your squad building is so shit, like just go and do it, and what happens, if that makes sense. So like go and do it. If we struggle when they're gone at Afcon, that just highlights your idiocy at the end of the day. That highlights your issues. But that shouldn't stop us from going to get them. And if need be, like I've said this before, like I've said this I think in the group chat when me and Steve and Pete were having the conversation. Like, I'll be real, considering he's on a free and considering we probably get some money for Jackson, I'd sell Jackson and go and get Jonathan David. There you go, problem solved. You get an upgrade. You get an upgrade. You get a consistent goal scorer. You get a more than competent replacement for Osimhen, who's experienced, who's won titles, who knows how to score goals, but doesn't have to play all the time and won't be on high wages because he isn't on high wages currently and doesn't cost you anything in terms of transfer fee. And you don't have to worry about Afcon. Problem solved.
Oh, no, Jonathan David.
But Scott, my problem is this Chelsea ownership. Are they brainless? This director, are they brainless? Well, okay, if you want to pay 83 million for Leao, why don't you just 200 million to Rodrigo in Madrid and just pay him?
100 million to Rodrigo.
Yes, that's the.
Yeah, if they consider this, then go consider that. I hear it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like big money. Bring in Rodrigo. Tell Madrid and tell Madrid, we want to pay Rodrigo. We're going to give us that million. This is it on the table. Give us Rodrigo.
I don't even think you have to do it. Why are you doing all that, though? Like, you paid 40 million for two 17-year-olds. Do you have no plan for them? Spend the money elsewhere.
For me, instead of even paying 80 million, 80-something million for Leao, why don't you need Rodrigo?
Listen, you know what? I'll be honest with you.
For Leao. Did I just spend 65 on Neto? Has Neto fulfilled what he's supposed to? Is there a plan for him? Are we giving up after one season?
Listen, Neto,
for me, Neto's the starter at either wing next season. But because I think he's the only winger that I'll give a little bit of leeway in terms of how underwhelmed I've been, because I do think with an actual striker there could be some improvement. Now, that being said, next season there's no leeway, because I'm expecting us to sign a striker. Whoever that striker is, I'm expecting them to be a box presence striker. All the ones we've been linked with are, whether it's Sesko, who, God forbid, Delap, Osimhen, any of these guys, they're box presence. There's no leeway for Neto next season. There's none. So I'm with how people feel about Noni, and with the fact that we could look to sell him, and fair enough, it is what it is. That makes him the de facto number one on either side. I don't care which. But we have to sign a winger after we get the striker and the centre back and whatever.
So let me put this scenario now, because I just have this very
all I'll say is if Neto,
I just have this very weird feeling. I just have this weird feeling that right. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I have this weird feeling we might go for Isaac. I don't know how, but we might, because I've seen us do this ridiculous stuff of
I call that hope. That's the feeling.
Okay, now, if we go for Isaac, for me, that give me more confidence, because being from Africa, because I support Nigeria and everything, I'm a little bit more happier going for Isaac than Osimhen because of Afcon. I know how important Osimhen is for Nigeria. I'm not as a Chelsea fan base, I love Chelsea a lot, but Osimhen in Nigeria is important in the Nigerian national team. Is very huge. It must not get injured. If Osimhen get injured, we are done. National team is done. Just close up. Just Nigeria just close up. We are done. So that's my fear with in terms of Osimhen. Bring him in Chelsea, no problem. But in terms of Afcon, I'm worried, because if you go to Afcon, it's our number 9.
Okay, I have a question. Do you think City was thinking about that when they signed Marmoush?
The difference between Marmoush and Osimhen is Marmoush, there's a lot of players in Marmoush because he plays for Egypt. There's Mohamed Salah. There's a lot of players there in Egypt, where Marmoush is not that is an important player, but it's not as important.
Marmoush going to be called for his national team?
He will, because yes, but they have better players who can kind of deputize him.
What do you mean? He's a starter for his national team.
He's their second best attacker.
He's second best. But what I'm saying about Osimhen in Nigeria, we do not have a plan B when it comes to Osimhen.
That's irrelevant to Chelsea. What I'm talking about when it comes to Chelsea is
when it comes to what I'm saying, when it comes to Chelsea, is if you bring Osimhen in, like what I was telling Scott is, if you bring him in December, is going to Afcon. He can't change it.
So is Marmoush.
And next year, hypothetically, is the third scorer. So now the score panel has to be.
But so is Marmoush, though. Marmoush is getting. So if Afcon comes, do you think Marmoush isn't getting called?
Mamouche is gonna get caught. I know that because it's for Egypt.
Egypt. Do you think Egypt isn't one of the teams that goes to finals damn near every Afcon?
Oh fucking hell! You're sorry, Joey. My bad.
So he's gonna be there. So he's gonna
every year, but they will get.
They get to a lot of. Come on, Egypt is one of the best teams when it comes to.
Yeah,
Afcon. Exactly. Okay, so let's not pretend. So if he goes to Afcon, he's gone the entire time. If Mahmoud goes to Afcon, he's gone the whole time.
Oh shit, yo, Jimmy as well.
That didn't make a difference in them signing it. You can't say don't sign Osimhen because of Afcon. You don't do that.
I'm not saying it's what I'm saying is I would love us to sign with Osimhen. I'm a big fan of Osimhen. I am a huge fan of Osimhen. But what I'm saying is, in terms of nationality, because if you sign Osimhen, you have to realize something. Ownership Afcon.
It didn't work a while ago. I couldn't get you change the lock. What the?
Sorry. There was like 3 men backstage. I never clocked. I was on another tab.
What have I just walked into?
Got a lot of background noise.
Yeah.
We walked into this. Yeah. Hold on. We walked into this conversation about Afcon, right? And people seem like it's a disqualifying factor to get in top players. To me, which is it's asinine because.
That's asinine.
At this point in your team, hold on. At this point in your team, you're trying to build the best team as possible. We've been a Chelsea team that has had players go to Afcon and play the entire time, every time. Drogba wasn't coming back halfway through. Kalu wasn't coming back halfway through. Even Osimhen wasn't coming back halfway through. We lost half of our midfield damn near every year to Afcon.
Every year.
I agree with what you say, bro.
Liverpool lost Mane and Salah every year to Afcon.
But my fear
that shouldn't be the reason why.
Yes, I agree 100% about what you said.
No, but
I don't feel this ownership when it comes to
Jimmy, you got to play a background noise. Just unmute when you want to speak, brother.
Do you know what it is? I'll be honest with you. With the whole Afcon thing, it's just like it's not one of those things we're gonna have to take on the what's it called on the edge. But for me, if it means bringing in Victor Osimhen, just do it, man. Because unless you can show me another striker who's actually attainable, and please don't say Alexander Isak because we know he's not going to come to Chelsea.
The thing is,
wait, hold on, Scott.
I'll be real.
Hold on, Scott.
If these guys are
wait, Scott, sorry, 1 second. Who's trying to say that we shouldn't sign them because of Afcon?
The Abdullahi guy.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying this is my. It's
a concern. It's a concern, but that's not a reason to not sign. It's a concern.
What I said
it's a concern, but it's not going to make me not sign him.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. I said I'm a big fan of Osimhen. If you're gonna bring him in general, the board has to have a definite plan in terms of if he go to Afcon, somebody has to replace him when he goes to Afcon. I'm a big fan of I love Osimhen in Chelsea, but when you bring him in, and Osimhen's score goes is the leading scorer before we go to Afcon. After this year, December, so somebody has to be like a backup plan when Osimhen leaves to go to Afcon.
Okay, if that's it, we just need another striker. I agree, we do need another striker.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't trust this board to get, even if you buy Osimhen, to get another backup striker when Osimhen goes to Afcon.
I tell y'all what. All of this, all y'all doing is just hyping yourself up. Y'all need to go ahead and get y'all number 22 the lap jerseys or whatever the fucking number he gonna or your Benjamin Sesko kid, because that's who the fuck we're gonna get. Some garbage like that. I guarantee you, we're not gonna get none of the strikers that any of us want. We're gonna end up with one of those two motherfuckers. It's gonna be mayonnaise all over my white bread, and it's gonna be fucking disgusting.
I mean, Gyökeres is available though. Gyökeres is available.
And that's where it's like you can't blame anybody who doesn't trust this ownership. Then at that point,
I don't trust it. I don't trust these guys.
If you ask, listen, I don't even. I don't even watch that league. But you telling me you've gone through Osimhen, Gyökeres, you've gone through that whole list and you're landing on the lap? That means you hate my club.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's nasty work. But you know what it is? This is but I think
that's what you landed on.
Wait, hang on.
Niggas landed on the lap, bro.
No, but Dan, Scott said something. What was
so? Joke, yo.
Wait, Scott. So, based on what we've got this year and who we might sign in the summer, what's your starting attack for next year? Just want to see something.
Is this when you? question with that, am I able to choose who I want in terms of who we sign?
Within
In this
reason, yeah. Within reason, yeah.
Cool. Osimhen striker, Lookman left wing, Neto right wing, Palmer 10.
Okay.
I like that. I like the sound of that shit.
Oh,
Alright,
Scott.
so can I-
Scott is
and
an
then-
advocate for look. Oh, Scott's an advocate for Lookman.
I was gonna say my number one.
Lookman got way too much facial hair, bro. We're not getting him. He got too much
Listen,
facial hair.
I'm an advocate for Lookman too. When people say, "Yo, what? Okay, what if he goes to Afcon?" What is your plan for this 17-year-old Quenda that you just signed? Isn't it to get
Exactly.
Like
That's
No,
cool.
it's
Yeah.
what is this? What's your plan for him?
What's wrong with
So you
people?
want to
We'll
sign
have
somebody who's never
enough.
going to go anywhere and play?
I was gonna say my
You wanna sign
backup.
Hazard? If you sign
my-
Hazard, Quenda, you might as well sell him because he's not going to play. Hazard
Yeah,
don't get
'cause I was
roasted.
gonna say that, and the three backups you got behind those guys are Noni or Esteval, but I'd personally have Esteval as the backup 10. But Esteval, Noni, and Sancho potentially, or another winger if they want to sign
Exactly.
two.
You got people that you got decent enough backups. I don't know what the fuck wrong.
It's like I said earlier,
I hate
like-
when people act like everybody backups is world class players.
But
Oh,
no, Jimmy,
your backup has got to be a decent
not even
player that
about-
can do a
it's not even
job.
that.
No, but
It's about having a good depth for me. It's not.
Listen,
gonna
as
say,
crazy as
listen,
as crazy as it sounds, Scott, hold on,
One at
Scott.
a time,
As
guys.
crazy as
One
it
at a time.
sounds, and I know you probably don't feel this way. I actually believe in these two young wingers that they've signed, but I feel like you have no
I do
fucking
too.
plan for them.
Well,
If
Quenda
you-
we're
if
not
you-
going to see
if you-
for a year. So.
If you bought them, no, but even if you're not going to see him for a year, the point is you should have that spot for him, right? If the spot is a backup, right? If Lookman is starting, he's Lookman's backup. That's how he's coming in. He would have had 2 years playing like almost all the games in the Portuguese league. That's enough to say you can come into the team and be a backup, no?
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, that-
And then
Don't have like
yeah.
100 games.
You
by
fuck
then.
around.
so for me,
He fuck
so for
around
me,
and come
I'm
and
not having-
start if he's as good as. Sorry,
Yeah, so for me,
my bad.
I'm not having a situation where you don't need to have a bloated squad. And listen, 5 million, Sancho, big up. Listen, we love you. West London, all that. Big up to you, but go back. My
Alhamdulillah, please.
backup is gonna be if my starting wingers are Neto and Lookman, my backup is gonna be Noni, Poch, right? And what's that kid name? What's that youth name? The soccer kid that we have?
George.
Oh, Tyreek.
Tyreek.
Who's Papa
Tyreek,
John?
yeah.
Tyreek. Listen, I
You know,
developed
it's-
Tyreek for a year. If he's not good, I sell Tyreek
Daniel,
and Quenda comes in.
Daniel,
That's
who's
how
Yeah,
Papa John?
No, but listen,
It's Scott.
Oh, that's
Poch,
Esteval.
Poch,
Esteval.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No. Papa de John is like every single player that's young for.
No.
It's
It's
It's one person. Don't get that to everybody
But
else.
you know what it
That's
is? Scott,
Yeah,
you
young
know one
Brazilian, bro.
thing? There's one thing when it comes to that attack you named. I'm not starting the guy that you put a right wing, I'll be real.
Cool. Whether you want to start him or Noni, I don't really give a shit.
Man,
To be
you
honest.
crazy
Like,
as hell. Y'all dudes ain't even
Bro.
seen Nani with a striker. We
Nah,
don't
he's
even have
talking
a
about Neto, I
striker.
think. He's talking about Neto, I think.
That's what I meant, Neto.
He's talking about
Yeah,
Neto.
that's what I
Neto.
meant,
Neto.
Neto. We don't
Yeah,
even
but-
have a striker.
Hold on. Even if you don't like, bro, we paid 65. Give him at least another year. What is the plan
Yo,
for these
I am-
guys? After
I am
1
not
year,
about
you
to
gonna
sit
start?
here and act like Neto is not a good ass fucking winger. Neto is asked to fucking put the ball in the fucking Jackson, bro. What are we talking about here, man? What are we talking about? You look how. This is why I sometimes I don't even like talking football with niggas. When you see Neto look like Neto, what was he doing? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself, what was he doing? He was putting balls into the box to strikers, not even top strikers, just decent strikers. These motherfuckers are not decent strikers. Nobody is a fox in the box. Nobody has that touch. So when the ball touches their foot, it's going in the back of the net like a real striker. Jackson can score, but he's not a striker. Just because you can score don't mean you're a striker. He cannot score the goals with Nani. That Neto needs. Even Sancho. These motherfuckers are handcuffed.
Facts.
They have one way to play. One way. They cannot play the ball to a motherfucker who's going front post. Who's going front post?
No,
You can
Jimmy.
put it in his
I'll
foot.
be honest.
I'm
You
saying,
can't do none of that.
You have to
I'll
solve
be honest with
problems
you.
one day.
Even
actual
listen, the thing
problems,
is,
right?
when guys talk
Hold
about
on, quickly, right? If you don't win the league because Osimhen was gone for 5 games, and oh damn, we lost those 2 games where Osimhen wasn't here. That's why we didn't win the league. Then you go sign. That's when you go sign another striker. You don't.
Yes.
You don't rush
Yeah.
the process and say, "Oh, well, before I even get there, maybe if I'm leading, I
Yeah,
want
they're
to win a
skipping
league
the
title."
line. You don't exactly.
No, you don't
When
skip
you
the
rush the
line.
process, then you be fuck around and be overloaded with too much shit that you don't need.
When you get to
Mhm.
that
By
That's
the
point,
way,
why
that's when
I
you
give them.
that's when you
That's
maybe
why
sell
that's
Jackson and sign somebody else. Like, you know what I mean? That's when you do things like that. Not till then you start rushing the process. Like, oh, let's sell Jackson now so we can have Jonathan David. Fuck Jonathan David. Keep Jackson.
if these sports
Yes.
directors would actually spend money on the spine, just the spine, like on experienced good players, good to great players, they would be having an A+ from me. Because what they get from the young players is like, okay, but they don't fucking back it up with nothing else. You're telling me about Sesko in the lap. If Sesko ain't got 30 fucking goals in that league he coming from, I don't want him, bro. I don't want him. I don't want him. You gotta be killing shit for me
At
to
least
want
tell
you
me-
from the league.
At least tell me Gyökeres. At least he's been scoring.
Jimmy,
20
He's
goals.
killing
that was-
shit. Bring me
At
Gyökeres. He's
Jimmy,
killing shit.
that was my point with Osimhen. That I'm a big fan of Osimhen, and I don't trust this board when Osimhen go to Afcon to have a perfect someone like a I don't to have a backup. I do not. Under Roman, when we had Drogba, we had Anelka, we had Kalou, we had a lot of players that come back. What's called Drogba when you go to Afcon. This ownership, I do not trust them. Even if we bring
Man,
Victor,
Carlo went to Afcon too, man.
yes, I don't even trust clearly for Winston, whatever his name is, whatever his name is called, to have a backup when Osimhen go to Afcon. I don't trust them at all. I don't.
Yeah, I don't try, bro. I really feel like they're gonna bring us fucking Dilap or Sesko, and I'm gonna go into next season mad as hell. I'm gonna go into next season hyped over fucking wingers and the center mid. Santos and some fucking wingers. Bring me a fucking striker, bro. Fuck this. I'm tired of getting excited about every other position. When can we get a striker to get excited about?
The thing I was gonna say on the hypothetical that Abs did earlier, I'll be honest. Whoever you put at right wing in that situation is the fourth best attacker on a football pitch for us at any given time if we get that attack I mentioned. So I couldn't give a fuck who starts. You could start Esteval, Noni, or Neto. I don't care. Theoretically speaking, they're the fourth best attacker. So like the focus and the pressure shouldn't be on them at that point. Like I'm expecting Lookman to perform over them. Same with Palmer. Same with Osimhen. So I don't really care either way. You start any of them. Sell any of them. I don't care in that situation. You could start Esteval at right wing, and I'd be fine with it because as long as you get like a Lookman or a Barcola type left winger, an Osimhen type striker, he's going to have none of the pressure on him to do anything because he's the fourth best attacker out of him, Palmer, Lookman in that situation, and Osimhen. So if he has pressure, that just means the others aren't performing. So yeah,
do you trust this boat to go for a player like Lookman? Lookman is 27. You know he's 27. He is 27. So I don't trust this boat to battle like Lookman. I don't trust them at all. I do not.
No, they probably won't. But like, I don't expect them to go for Osimhen either. Like Jimmy said, I fully expect.
Osimhen is 26. I can see them because
especially if we don't get the UCL, because we gotta remember we're fucked about that.
I think the reason I believe we can go for Osimhen is because the pressure from the fan base, the pressure from the Nigerian players, especially John Obibeke, the way it's been, he has been selling Victor Osimhen to a lot of people, especially the Chelsea fan ownership in terms of give us Victor, give us this. I think they will succumb to the pressure and get Victor. I don't think of Lookman, but I think they will try and say, okay, we've given you, everybody wants Victor. Yes, Victor. Now, this is what you want. We're giving you what you want. I think that's what they're going to do. In terms of the fan base, I've been saying, give us Osimhen, give us Osimhen. I think the ownership will come to what the fan base wants and what Johnny Bimeka has been saying for a very long time. I want to get Victor Osimhen because it's his body.
I just don't see it unless we sell Jackson. That's been my stance on this for forever. Unless for some reason we sell Jackson this summer, I just don't believe we go for.
I don't know why that is not on the table. They are not selling Jackson.
Jimmy, let me finish, bro.
That's not even on the table,
bro.
You can finish all you want, but I'm just telling you, whatever you saying, it ain't gonna make me go, okay, yeah. Now, Jackson being sold is nowhere. That's something that we as fans are digging up. It's no sign of anything of anywhere of them selling Jackson. So to even suggest it is like like fucking retarded. They're not selling Jackson.
No, it's not, bro. Because because of the Afcon situation, we're never gonna go get an Osimhen because both of them would be out at the same time. Like that's
so they're not selling Jackson for that. They're not selling Jackson for that. Hold on. So wait. You know why that? Hold on. You know I could call Big Cap on that. Big Cap because we was just trying to get fucking Osimhen and we had Jackson. So that's bullshit.
Yeah. Okay.
So that we just tried to sign Osimhen and he rejected the money.
Right.
So having him and Jackson, we wouldn't get it.
But just because here's the thing. Now that we didn't get Osimhen, right? All our plans could have never changed. They could have never changed.
But that's
the reason. What is the indication that it is changing?
But the reason you're giving would not apply to this Chelsea board because they clearly was trying to bring in Osimhen at the same time. So that will not be a reason for them not to get Osimhen. We can throw that out the window.
At that point,
because we had Jackson, because Jackson was on our team, and they were trying to get Osimhen.
But that doesn't mean shit.
But did that not just happen? You want to pretend like that didn't happen?
Oh man, sorry. Big up Abs. Take care, man.
That just happened. When we were trying to sign Osimhen, was anybody talking about selling Jackson? No. They were talking about him being his backup.
Jimmy, I agree.
Jimmy, Afcon's next year. Afcon's next year, not this year. Next
year.
This year.
Bro, if Jackson would have moved on to be the player that they expected, they would not have sold him just because of Afcon. You said, how long y'all been watching Chelsea play?
That is
what
I said.
Bro, I'm just saying to you. Listen. The hypothetical you making up has been proven to can't be true. You know why? Because they proved it. They showed us that having Jackson and Osimhen on the same squad is not a problem. You know why? Because they just tried to do it.
Okay, when did they do it, Jimmy? Wait. When did they do it, Jimmy?
When they did it, it's irrelevant. It's fucking irrelevant.
How is it irrelevant?
Because they tried to do it.
For you.
It's
relevant.
So this is what he's suggesting to us, people. He's suggesting that when Afcon comes this time of year, no matter what Jackson was doing, they was gonna sell him. Because we got two African strikers. That's what he's trying to say. That don't make no fucking sense.
Oh my God, bro. You just love to put words in people's mouths.
What are you saying?
Wait, both of you. Wait. Let's let Joey say it uninterrupted.
You couldn't even tell me what I was saying. I didn't get to finish.
Let's let Joey say it uninterrupted.
You did finish. You said you were going to have to sell Jackson.
Maybe not.
All right. Why you trying to switch it now? Go ahead.
Wait. Everyone don't say nothing. Let's let Joey land.
Say what you was going to say. You said you got to sell Jackson. Go ahead. Don't switch it now. Go ahead.
My point is this, right? In the end, is this year. Well, let me respond to what you were saying first, because it's like years aren't 2 different years. Don't make it's 2
different years.
This year we didn't have Afcon, so they would have been able to play the entire year. Next year we have Afcon, so there is no them playing both in January. There is none.
Okay, so what are you saying? So they wouldn't have had. What?
All right. See?
So what is your point by saying that?
The second point is this, okay? There were links to Jackson being sold earlier this year.
Get the fuck out of here! No way! Get the fuck out of here!
Get the fuck out of here!
Who remembers that? Anybody remember that?
I'll pull them up for you, Jimmy. I'll pull them up for you, Jimmy. Don't worry.
Yo, man, y'all niggas with your Twitter. Man, get the fuck. I don't care about you. Ben Jacobson, Robbie Rick Rockley, and Bobby Bobby. I don't give a fuck about none of these bullshit reports that they make to get you niggas on the internet hype. Ain't nobody selling Jackson. Jackson ain't for no fucking sale. Get out of here. I told you he was gonna switch it up. I told you he was
everybody,
switching up.
Jimmy says, just because Jimmy says.
Man, Jackson ain't for no fucking sale. Ain't nobody been talking about Jackson for sale. Nobody. Nobody been talking about Jackson for sale. Who the fuck gonna buy him? Who? Fuck out of here, man. That nigga ain't for sale. He right here. He right where he gonna be at. That nigga ain't for sale. Jackson is a Chelsea player. They was gonna bring in him and Osimhen at the same time.
All I said was we're not gonna get Osimhen because we won't get him with Nico being here. That's it. That's all I said.
Bro, and I said that's bullshit because we just tried.
We just tried in the season where we didn't have Afcon.
It don't fucking matter. Because we would have had. We would have had this shit. Joey.
There you go.
So let me ask you this question: When this year started, when we would have had both players, yes or no?
I'm sorry.
We would have had Jackson and Osimhen, right?
Right, but we didn't have Afcon this year.
No, listen to what I just said. If we would have bought Osimhen, we would have had Osimhen and Jackson, right?
Correct.
So you telling me no matter what Jackson was doing and no matter what Osimhen was doing, next year they would have been looking to get rid of him because of Afcon?
One of them may be on loan. What potentially? Yeah.
On loan?
No.
What?
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
See, that's where we can agree.
Fucking you sound fucking dumb, bro.
I agree. The small part of this that I agree with Joey about is based on the fact of I agree with you, Jimmy. We did try and get Osimhen, and we would have had both. But I think the one part about this that I could have seen them try to sell Jackson in that scenario is because with this ownership and these sporting directors, that there's no real plan. Like we saw with Leslie.
Bro,
we bought Leslie. He was going to be.
We literally had just. We didn't just extend. We had just extended Jackson's contract.
Jimmy, we've done that with other players. That doesn't mean anything.
Man, get the fuck out. Y'all making up a sell Jackson scenario that never existed. And what really did exist, what we don't have to make up, is that we was trying to buy Osimhen while we had Jackson. I don't have to make that up. That other shit, y'all got to make that up for y'all to make a point.
I don't have to make up anything. I don't have to make anything.
This is why I said
I have to make up anything. I have reports, and every time I say report, start yelling.
You have to make up a scenario, bro.
That's it.
You got to make up a scenario, bro.
You have definites. There's no definites in this football team. There's no fucking
we definitely tried to get Osimhen while we got Jackson. That's definite.
And that doesn't mean Jackson would have stayed. That means
you can't do that.
Oh man, nigga, please, man. Whatever. All right, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Look at our wingers right now.
Whatever. All right, we're gonna sell Cole Palmer too. This window, right? Cole Palmer's for sale this window because nothing's definite. Fuck out of here, man.
The dilemma everybody is facing right now is the director of football.
Right, bro.
Is the director of football
because
that niggas be making shit up to try to make a point.
How about you read a bit?
You making shit up, nigga. Jackson ain't for sale.
Screaming at people without reading the goddamn.
You need to stop. You need to stop reading that bullshit.
Read it.
Like y'all got access to some secret tombs. Read a bit. Why these dumbass niggas on Twitter?
I don't need
to.
Access to a secret tomb.
Man.
I don't need access
read a
to
bit.
a secret
Read what? You act like you got access to some shit nobody else got. Nobody else sit down and read that bullshit.
That's why I'm telling you the report.
I don't read that garbage. That shit garbage.
Okay, there you go. That point proven.
Every team think they're gonna get every player. Who the fuck telling the truth?
Oh my God.
Every team think they're gonna get every player. Every team got a report that they're gonna get. You got 10 teams that got reports saying they're gonna get Isak. It's one player. How many fucking teams can he play for? Yeah, so you keep reading that garbage. I ain't got time for that shit.
Yep.
Fuck out of here. Literally, I can name 5 teams. You can go on YouTube right now and look at 5 teams, and they all got streams about
the
getting
argument
sacks.
to the way that you want it to be, bro. That means
I ain't
absolutely
switching nothing. It's the reality.
You said
you talking about,
no. The argument was there is no links. There is no links to Jackson.
Ain't nobody got no links to no Jackson being sold.
There was links.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
And you use your own little fucking.
Who wrote it? Who wrote it? Your cousin? Your cousin wrote it for his blog?
The problem is
your cousin wrote it for his blog?
Your little dimension to speak about.
The problem right now is
some type of link.
Your cousin wrote it for his blog.
The problem we're facing right now, we can't even trust the director of football in terms of selling or not selling Jackson. We can't even trust them because we've seen them do this bullshit, buy players, sell them out. They do trade by barter. So we can't trust them in terms of Jackson. But again, if you sell Jackson for me, I'm going to look at the director of football and clearly I'm like, what the heck are you doing? Because it's like the poor planning for me. You brought in someone and selling Jackson. Because I don't, apart from Cole Palmer, I'll say right now, apart from Cole, who has been having a little bit downside this season, I don't trust any of our wingers to even score goals after Cole. The next person I'm going to call on is Jackson. You're going to say Jackson for who? That
this fan base like the play fucking FIFA in their head. Got the FIFA fan base. Every year we're gonna sell 99 fucking players. Every year we selling 99 players and getting 99 new ones, and the shit never happened. Every year y'all keep talking about that shit. Like, oh, we got links to this one and links to that one. Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all don't get tired of this shit. Y'all don't see that it's literally every year. It's the same motherfuckers telling we got links to 1,000 niggas and we never get none of them. Y'all keep falling for that shit. I don't fall for that shit. How much strikers we had links last year? I mean, end up with. Fuck out of here. Y'all keep reading that shit, man. Clicking, giving them niggas engagement. I'm good. That shit is whack. I don't do none of that shit.
You love to just you're just blowing it right out of the proportion.
I ain't blowing. I'm talking what I'm talking about, nigga. I ain't talking about you no more. I ain't talking about you no more. You getting your feelings, nigga. I ain't talking about you no more. I'm talking about reports what I don't read, what I don't listen to. I don't listen to those reports. I'm telling you about what I don't. If you hang on to that shit, that's you. But you're not gonna be able to bring that shit to me as argument to prove something, because it's something I don't believe in. That shit whack. All these motherfuckers got all these links to the same player. It don't make sense, my nigga. It don't make sense. Every time you look up, every player is linked to every fucking squad. That's impossible. One player can't be linked to 10 niggas. You can't.
Why? The thing is,
because you can only play for one.
Right, but that doesn't mean shit. Being linked doesn't mean shit. Being linked, that means there's
I'm glad you said that. Being linked doesn't mean shit. You said it.
That's it. That's
you said it, not me.
But when I used Jackson being linked,
you just said being linked. Linked to Villa.
Yes, he was. Multiple times. Just go on Twitter and look up Jackson.
Reach out, bro. Look it up, bro. Yo, bro, chill out, bro. Go smoke a hookah. Chill out, yo. This nigga said link to Villa. Chill, man.
Just look it up, Jimmy. Stop fucking
man, I ain't looking
at goddamn imbecile all the time, son. You dead ass act all the time. Why do you gotta act like this? Just act normal.
Ain't nobody in Villa.
Who's echoing like that?
It's what's normal, my nigga? What the fuck you talking about normal? What's normal? If normal like you, I don't ever want to
act normal. You always
talk about. I don't know. You always normal is, nigga. I'm not normal. You be normal. You the normal nigga. Yo. You be normal.
How's that normal? That's not normal.
You be normal. Did you hear me? You be normal. You's a normal nigga. I'm not.
I ain't normal either, bro. Just I try to.
What the fuck? Nigga, come your mama. Why the fuck you want? You
act normal once in a while. That's all.
All right, well, good. Act how you want to act. I act how I act. Fuck wrong with you? Yeah. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? Your shoes was never under my mother's bed, nigga. You're not my dad.
Fuck, so no one's telling me to do anything, bro.
Fuck out of here about acting normal, nigga. What's normal? What's normal to you? Fuck is you talking about normal?
Fucking
Jackson was never
only has one. He has only one way of the.
Out of here. Nobody else. You the only nigga nobody.
If it's not on Jimmy, everybody else is wrong. Cannot be proven wrong. The encyclopedia Jimmy cannot be proven wrong. 100 out of 100 every time.
Who else?
The Jimmy.
Who else?
There it is.
Who else heard about that?
You don't miss.
This nigga?
You don't miss.
Type 1 if you ever heard about Jackson being sued. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Get out of here. I ain't asking for help. I'm asking you for help.
Bro, I told you I could bring up the links.
Can't help, you stupid motherfucker.
I said I could bring up the link. You didn't want that. You didn't want the link, bro.
Hold on, dickhead. How am I asking for help if I told them to type 1 if they heard about that? That's what I said. How is that me asking for help?
You need help.
How is nigga? That's your support. I told them to type 1 if they heard about it. That's what I said. Type 1 if they heard about Jackson being sold. That's what I said. I'm trying to see if anybody else heard about it. I know I never heard about that. Nobody else on the panel heard anything about that. So it's just you.
Okay, it's just me.
Okay. All right. So maybe Ben Jacobs. Like
one of you two has an echo. One of you guys have an echo.
That was a good signing, wasn't it? Flipping out. Wow. What a stream.
Oh, pop. Testing. 1 2 1 2.
It's Jimmy with the echo, by the way.
What?
Is it Jimmy?
It's Jimmy with the echo.
Oh, one sec. Joey, try talk.
I'm right here.
Yeah, it's Jimmy. It is Jimmy with the echo. Yeah.
I'm not normal, nigga. Of course, I got an echo. I'm not a normal nigga.
No, it's you. It's not you. It's
gonna be acting normal. That's what it is.
Yeah, Jimmy, just unmute if you want to talk, bro.
Fucking always yelling over people like you. You don't even want to hear the other part of the conversation. It's just you and you. That's the conversation.
Nobody will be wanting to hear your hypotheticals, nigga.
No, I bet. Well, that's just you. Once again.
Jackson ain't for sale.
If it's you, then if it's you, then you right. That's what it is. Encyclopedia 100 out of 100, Jimmy.
Jackson ain't for sale, bro. Jackson not for sale. Move on.
100 out of 100. Always right.
Next subject, yo. Jackson not for sale, bro. You lost 1-0. Next.
Shout out to Henry Chapman.
I don't have to lose, bro. Like there's no like there's no winners, or it's not like you won something.
You don't get to decide that. The loser never gets to decide if they lost.
You want like a trophy, bro? Do you need a cookie? Do you need a Snickers bar? Are you hangry? Like I don't know where you want me to go.
Can I say everybody a quick question, guys? I don't know, like would you guys
just hold it for 1 sec. Just 1 second, because I want to go through the super chat quick. Shout out Henry Chapman saying, just seen the Athletics say we lost to our under 21s with a few under 16s in there as well, and Maresca cancelled a day off. Some of those bums need to wake up. It's genuinely, that's just all you can say about it. Yeah, like losing 3-0 to the under 21s is never going to be acceptable, and it's a disgusting result, but that's all I can say because we don't know what happened. We barely even know who the starting 11 was. We only know 6 players that played, and that's about it. Can't say anything other than that. But yeah, obviously it's not anything anyone wants to hear. Losing to under 21s, like fuck that. And shout out to Gilno. Big up Gilno. He says, my Sancho shouts from early should be making a lot more sense. Remember when a lot of this panel was moving like he was a revelation after the Spurs game?
Yeah, we're not going to do this. What we're not going to do is this revisionism bullshit. Like he wasn't good for us. Mm-hmm. That's what we're not going to do. The people want to do this absolute fucking nonsense. Like the people want to do. We're not going to do that. He's been good for us. To say he's been shit for us is lying. And to do this, I was right nonsense now makes you look like a cunt. I'm gonna be so honest. It makes you look like a cunt.
Why are people behaving like again? I'm not Sancho's biggest fan at all.
Thank you, Scott. Like, that's exactly how.
But that's regular Chelsea behavior, man. Everybody does that.
But in the past, like, what was it, 2-3 months now? It's not just Sancho that's been asked.
Right.
By the way, this whole attack's been asked. Barring Neto, this whole attack's been asked. So let's not just say it's just Sancho. Like, people need to grow up, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna judge it based on the running. So based on the running.
By the way, on a side note, apologies for the like.
It's okay, man. I've accepted. It's just part of like just Chelsea.
Yeah,
it's all good.
It happens, man. It happens. It happens, man.
Running will tell us a lot about Sancho. We'll call it what it is because I agree. I've said the same thing. First half, he's been good. Second half, he's been dog shit. We'll see what he's like when we have the other 3 forwards back.
Lewis, I keep saying people can say what they want about our wingers, and I don't rate them highly either. But if we had a proper striker, they'd be playing a lot more different. That's all I'm saying. They'd be better.
Yeah, I've said that for a while now.
You've said that for basically every winger. I've just realized that. It's the same energy for all 3 of them.
Well, the thing is, Lewis, the problem is this, right, Lewis? We have a striker currently who doesn't know how to occupy 2 men. Like, that's just what it comes down to. Like, he only can occupy 1 person. And, like, and when that happens, then you can get doubles on the outside and the wings. And that's just, it's going to consistently happen. And, like, like when you came in, like the small portion of we saw with you, pause, I guess. I don't know what I said to be paused, but pause. The small portion that you came
you said
in,
occupy 2 men.
You saw that he could occupy multiple. You saw he could occupy multiple center backs at the same time.
Yep. Yeah.
I see why I need to say pause. 2 men. I see where
I agree because the way our wingers are meant to be, we're supposed to get them into like 1v1 situations with their fullbacks, but it also doesn't help that our center back is not like acting like gravity and attracting like space players into it. Pause again. Yeah, it's crazy.
Pause
yeah,
again,
it's so crazy. However you put it.
Major pause, bro. Major pause.
Hey, Fatter, don't say major pause.
At least we know where we stand on all of them.
No, hold on, Scott. Fatter, what were you doing in 2021, bro? Don't say major pause.
What, 2021? I remember what I did in 2021, innit?
Everybody
knows anyway, so what's the point?
Okay.
This just goes back to the same issue we keep talking about all the time, where it's like just the way that the whole team's been compiled. You bought 2 wingers, you bought 1 winger that wants to connect with a big target man striker when you don't have one. You bought 1 winger who wants to connect, play, and link up, but he plays on the side where he never has anyone outside of Cucurella to connect and link up play with. You got a striker that would work actually really well with a goal scorer close to the box, almost like a Salah or Mane type. You don't have a Salah or Mane type. The closest thing you've got is Madueke, who the whole the fuck. I don't know why we're surprised, to be honest. I actually don't know why we're surprised.
Well, I was saying this all summer, bro. I mean, all summer I was screaming, bro. If we do not get a striker, nothing of this team is going to change. This team is not going to change that much. It's not going to be that different to what we had last year. And until we get a striker, I said,
let me the panel question.
Because the thing is, when you talk about striker, 1 second. When you talk about striker, I think it's also you have to prioritize striker and also goalkeeper as a 1 priority.
No, we don't. Petrovic is fine for another year. We don't need a goalkeeper. Go get me a striker.
I think I'm okay with Petrovic.
The goalkeeper thing is that
here's the problem. Vitor, here's the problem with that, right? We literally, if we decided to just keep Petrovic and just move Sanchez to Strasbourg or whatever it was, we wouldn't.
Say that Afghanistan. Sell him to Afghanistan. Afghanistan. Don't sell him £1. Afghanistan. Let's tell him out.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I'm just saying, if we had Petrovic, let's just say it was Petrovic and Jorgensen this year, right? Just for the sake of our conversation, we didn't buy anybody differently or anything like that. I don't know if we would be having the level of conversation we're having about a goalkeeper if it was those 2. Do you see what I'm saying? I just don't believe we would be having that type of conversation realistically.
My thing with the goalkeeper thing is it's still a key area. But the only way I'm buying someone is if you can concretely say we're getting someone better than Petrovic. For example, I don't even know if he's still top level anymore. I don't even know how it goes. Say you're getting how Oblak, an Oblak or someone of that level, then yeah, cool. Go and get that. I don't think we are. The fact that outside of Petrovic,
I don't really think there's that many goalkeepers out there right now.
Well, I say the only ones we can link to are Svila. No thanks.
I just haven't watched enough for me to.
Bro, he's out, and since he left, because I know he was at Anderlecht. Since he left Anderlecht, he's been a perennial backup at every club. He was a backup at Roma. He's a backup at Benfica. He's been a backup everywhere he's gone. He's not better than right. He wasn't good enough to be better
Scott, do you rate Magmanan of AC Milan? Do you rate him?
No, I
Magmanan?
don't want Magnon at Chelsea. No, the guy's
Magnon's too injury prone. Like if it
won't join us if we're not in the UCL anyway.
Yeah, if it wasn't for his injuries, then like yeah, we scouted that Suzuki brother at Parma. No, like if these are the type of dudes we're being linked with, yeah, just keep Petrovic.
There's only one guy that I can see us like that actually makes sense, and to me, it's Chevalier. The way that
he's the only one,
like the only one that I can even see. And if you look at the statistics between him and Petrovic, it's not that different.
Very similar.
Joey,
they're not that far apart. Like for you to be spending 50-ish million on a player,
how old is
they are
Petrovic,
not that far apart.
Petrovic is 25.
Petrovic is 25. It's 25.
But by 25 for a goalkeeper, like that is young. So in goalkeeper age, that makes sense that he should actually be staying because Petrovic. I don't think he's that far off to being like for what he just showed this season at Strasbourg. If he comes in next year, we could be saying that he's a world-class goalkeeper.
Potentially. But the only other two, so I would have agreed with Joey Chevalier. The only other one I'd potentially go for, just because we have been linked with him, and I don't know if I'm just saying he's better because he's more of a name, but like I do like Kerbal as the only other one. But I don't know how good he is with his feet, and I know he's had a bit of an off year, I think, this year.
Wait, can you say the name again?
Like,
it lagged out when you said it.
Kerbal.
Kobel. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But like that's what I'm saying. Like if
I just don't think that they're like levels above Petrovic. Like
I'm saying that's my thing. I don't know how much better they are than Petrovic, and that's why I'd be happy to keep him. But yeah, like centre back and for me the three non-negotiables
guys will also cost big money. I'd rather wait a year for the goalkeeper and focus all the money on the striker and the centre back.
And the winger, because
I had a quick question for you. I think because of the way we planned, the way Maresca set up, do you think getting either Osimhen or Isaac would be much better for us the way we set up?
Yes, much better.
Which one will kind of fit the profile of the way Maresca play? Victor Osimhen or Alexander Isaac?
I'd say Isaac more, but I think they both can because I think the thing of what we're getting confused with Maresca, and I think this just comes from. I don't want to say ignorance because that makes it sound bad, but it's like just not really watching him at Leicester. At Leicester, the two guys he started most were Vardy and Daka, neither of which have a profile like Jackson. They're running behind guys who aren't going to get a lot of time on the ball.
Scott, I mean that's kind of what Jackson is, but he's just not the finisher of these guys.
No, but not necessarily running behind, but I'm talking touches. Jackson gets a lot more touches on the football in games than either of those guys were getting. Because neither of those guys are really that good on the ball. They were just running behind. Mm-hmm. We're going to use our Winks or Dewsbury Hall or Ndidi or Mavididi or whoever to get them the ball. They're going to have limited touches, but they're just going to run in behind and stretch the field.
Right.
So if you're going to go back to having a striker like that, either work. Like if I'm having to choose between one or the other and money's no object, I'm picking Isaac. And I think if this ownership group weren't spending millions of pounds on 18-year-olds, you would have the funds and have the capability to go and make a signing like that, and that would be a statement. But they don't. So go and get Osimhen for 60 or whatever it's going to cost, and that should be our striker.
My thing with Isaac, as good as he is as a of a player, and again, I'll say ignorance because I didn't watch him at how good is he going to be facing teams that are going to be sitting back against him? Because at least with Osimhen, I've watched him for so long. I've seen him.
Prime, I know very well. We've watched Osimhen for a very long time.
With Isaac, I don't most of the teams we're going to be facing are all going to sit against us. I don't know how.
I think it's going to be similar because, and the biggest thing I've seen with Isaac this year that makes me rate him more than I did last year was, his finishing is really just he's a cold finisher. That's what I'm looking for.
Daniel, did you see his goal?
The guys who figure it out are cold finish. You can tell. Not he can drop deep and all that is it's ancillary. That's added.
And Daniel, sorry to interrupt. Did you see his goal in the final?
Yeah.
There's not a single player in our team that's scoring that, by the way. Not a single player.
I agree. He's a cold finisher.
I'll be honest. Palmer this season doesn't score that.
I agree. Isaac's a cold finisher. By the way, I'm not disrespecting his finishing.
No, I'm saying that's what it's it's going to be important against low blocks because against low blocks, it's not like Osimhen is gonna like play better by dropping deeper. He's just gonna finish that chance in the air.
I know. I'm not expecting Osimhen to drop deep, but like, if we know what we've been like facing submarine low block. Sometimes we may not get many big chances. Sometimes it might just be like a 2 or 3 that we'll get. Like, what we know what we're like, where we'll be struggling, and will he be able? If he only gets one chance in the game, will he be able to just finish off?
Yeah,
I don't know, and I'm saying I don't know. I've not seen it in face-off situations. People who
I don't have a doubt in my mind that Isak would be.
I'm sorry, I've seen it this year. I've watched so many Newcastle games where Isak has been first chance is first goal. Like, it's not he gets 3 chances and then he scores, and that matters because when you're playing against the low blocks for Chelsea, it's gonna be first chance you have to score because then that opens up the game and then you beat them 4-0 or 5-0. That's what has impressed me.
I'll take Isak because I'm someone who early in the season I had a lot of question marks on him, but the way he's like stepped up second half of the season now and seeing him in the semi-final, in the final, like he's risen a lot in my estimations of him. Now the price is still crazy, by the way. I don't want to pay the price.
He's not going nowhere, bro. Let's just be real.
Guys, can I a little bit to what the other guys, I don't know his name, but I get what you said with Isak in terms of being post-finish, but the way we play because the reason I asked that question is because of the way we play with Neto, Noni, Madueke, Palmer, and Co. I think we are far better with Osimhen than Isak for me because this team I'm looking at right now, we don't even need the player that can do it. Just leave Osimhen there. Just whip the ball. He can do like a cross and not just cross the ball. Osimhen is the best in terms of heading of the ball. He's the best. Just crossing the ball. We have players who can cross the ball. Neto can cross. A lot of players can cross in that team. But
hey, I'm not gonna lie. Have you seen Isak finish in the air?
For me, I will tell you right now, Osimhen is a better scorer than Isak for me. It's better than Isak on the head.
Osimhen is better in the air. Obviously, he is better in the air.
He's better than Isak.
He's the best.
This is why I'm at the point where I do rate Isak to that level, is because every single year he's adding tools into his finishing.
Agreed.
He's not great with his head. This year, finishing coldly with his head, and next year going to finish it. This guy Jackson hasn't improved. What has Jackson gotten better at in finishing? That's how you know if a guy's ready or if a guy's not ready.
Well, dude, he has a fundamental issue of ball striking. Period.
But King Prince, I disagree with this. I don't think Isak. I disagree with saying Isak's bad in the air. I think that's not bad in the air.
It's not bad. It's not that he's bad in the air. He's growing now. Like he's growing into, because he's never been like a guy who is going to, like, until recently, he's never been a guy that's going to be able to, like, you could just hoof it up to, and he's gonna win a one-on-one dual. If you put the ball in the box to him, like, he can get onto it. He's gotten a lot. When you're talking about this aerial ability, there isn't anyone better. There isn't anyone better than Victor.
And that's why I'm a big advocate. Because
anyone better?
That area ability. That area ability Osimhen has in the Prem against these level of center backs is food all day.
It's money. It's when it comes to ball.
No, 100%. But again, we've seen Isak. I'm saying, like, I put them on the same level in terms of coming into Chelsea because I've seen Isak do it. He has 22 goals.
I hear you. I don't disagree. It's just the price.
The thing I'd say as well,
for me,
just
price-wise, obviously,
and his injury history, because Isak's injury history isn't good. He's had some.
This season, I think.
I will go for Osimhen. The reason I say I will go for Osimhen is if you look at it because of the wingers we have, Noni, Neto, Sancho, what's called Palmer, they are players who wants to cross the ball. So I would rather trust Osimhen when in terms of crossing the ball, because if I'm playing against Arsenal, I will trust Osimhen to challenge Saliba and Gabriel, because I know Osimhen will bully those. He will bully them. Osimhen will make them crawl on the floor. That's how good of a player he is. Victor is very good on the head. You can't challenge him on the head.
Okay, so how did Isak do? How did Isak do against those guys?
Yes, Isak is a phenomenal player. He's an outstanding player. I don't doubt that. But I'm talking about.
I'm just saying, don't forget that part when you're mentioning.
No, he doesn't. No, Daniel. Here's the thing. Yeah, Abdullah's preference towards Osimhen is the same as mine. We've been watching him for years.
I've been watching him since he was
We have a
17.
heavy preference towards exactly. I have a heavy preference towards Osimhen. We watched him when Lampard's first season, when people were telling me Tammy.
That's when I started watching.
I was watching him since he was under 17 in Nigeria.
I've been watching this guy. When people told me we should have not, we avoided this guy to just keep Tammy, I was pissed.
Bro, Joey, when we played Lille that season, right?
No, we had the opportunity to get Osimhen back in 2020, 2021. 1920. He was at Lille, right?
Yeah, it was Lille.
Yeah, he scored against us that season.
This guy, bro. We could have had Osimhen.
It's not because we love Tammy.
Lampard
We
wanted
didn't give a shit.
two at that time.
Because we didn't give a shit about Tammy. The problem was that he left for 65 million.
Lewis, when he was at Lille that season and we played Lille in the Champions League under Frank, I remember telling Chelsea fans, this guy is better than Tammy, and they were telling me no because of a purple patch against Wolves. But
you got to remember, Tammy was in that purple patch when we played.
No, I know, but Osimhen's been in that guy.
That's a good point.
He's been in that guy.
Because I remember Osimhen scored. I went to Lille away and saw that, but Tammy scored same game.
Lavnaj, you're actually a criminal. I'm just gonna say that right now, bro. You're a criminal. Just talking about somebody in the chat.
I agree with what you guys said, but
my whole thing with Isak is like I don't know, like can't you guys just tell if a guy's world class or not, or no?
No. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. No one doubts Isak's world class. No one doubts it.
The thing I just want to address quickly, just primer, what you said about the like style of play. I'll be real. When it comes to striker, I don't think that matters as much in this team because I think when it comes to low blocks, because like that's more on the wingers and the attacking midfielders to break down the low block.
I know, Scott. I know, but like I'm just saying, like I know what Chelsea are like when we face bastard low blocks, and we're only going to get one chance a game. I'm just like, I'm just like, I know what. Like the reason why, like Jackson's bad form the last few months before he got injured. The reason why I don't cuss Jackson is I saw the abuse he got last year. I know the mentality it takes to play at Chelsea, and I know Osimhen has that mentality. Is that?
That's right. I think both.
Does he have that? It's not an ability thing. It's just a mental thing. Does he have that where he?
No, you're right. No, I mean, listen. No, you are right. Osimhen.
Yeah.
For good or for bad, he don't give a fuck. Right, that's clear. It doesn't matter what you say about him. Even when Napoli was chatting shit about him, he still gives them 15 goals in 20 games before he fucked off. So he's gonna score. That's not gonna change what he does. My thing is about again the injury. So now I'm seeing Isak kind of grow out of the injury thing, right? Like he's getting to like on the same kind of arc that Olise had, right? Whereas I'm injured, and then now I kind of figured it out. He could be figuring it out. I still have that issue with Osimhen where I know every season he's going to play 27 games, but in that 27 he's going to score 25, and he's going to score 25 in 22 games.
You also have to remember those seasons where he's always getting injuries. Osimhen is because like at Napoli they didn't have another like quality striker. Galatasaray now this season. Like he started the season with no fitness. He didn't get a preseason, so that's why.
Let me say this. Though. Here's why you gotta take out your mind the rotation piece for the world class guys. No manager's gonna rotate them. If they're fit, they're gonna play. You see, even this manager, he's doing that with guys like Reece. There is no rotation. If you're fit, I'm gonna play you.
I don't know, but there's a scenario where Osimhen and Jackson can play together. That scenario is there. Both of them can play together.
Yeah, but Osimhen is still gonna play. I know
that. But there's a scenario where you can play them.
But I mean, like, there were certain times when you're just like Saka at Arsenal, where you're just playing the stupid games or you're playing stupid minutes for no reason. Like you're winning 3-0. It's the 75th minute, and you're still on the pitch for no reason. You're playing a full 90. It's stupid things like that. That we won't need with Osimhen, where if we're up and we're comfortable, you can take them off.
Yes,
you don't need to play. It's stuff like that.
like the reason why I don't mind the injuries when it comes to Osimhen, I just have to accept that. I feel like I don't feel like he's going to shake it off. The only thing is that obviously for him, he can play through a certain amount of pain, and he can still play through play to a high level even with that pain. That's what it comes down to when you're having these kind of injuries where it's like, oh, this is a muscle. Well, you can play, but it's gonna hurt, and you're like, I don't know if I want to. He's gonna play, right? So we're gonna get what we want to get out of him. If you can get, and this is what I'm saying, I put this on the board because you can convince Isak to tell Newcastle, I want to leave.
But the problem
this is what Chelsea
the problem
does.
is
It's Newcastle.
Newcastle are saying 150 on that book. Who is paying that 150 on that book?
Nobody's paying.
Anyone should be. No, but like even
who's paying that?
But if you put it in his ear, he's gonna say I want to leave. We're gonna negotiate for 100.
I was gonna say, let's say we can get it down to 100. I'm paying that for Isak because I know what I'm getting. I'm guaranteed. I know what I'm getting. Yes, it's kind of the same for Osimhen, and I'll be real. This is why for me they're 1A and 1B. We're splitting hairs, to be honest. Like you might have your preference, but either way they're 1A and 1B. Like for me, of who you should get. Outside of that, it's like even Gyökeres is a step down. David, I like, but I know some people don't step down. All this, whatever. Those are 1A and 1B. Realistically, outside of that, it shouldn't matter. So just do what you need to do to go and get one of them, and then fix the issues so that, like I was saying to Prime, like you don't have issues where they're getting 1 touch a game or 6 touches a game. They're getting 1 chance. That shouldn't happen if you make sure that you go and buy the winger that can create space.
That's my
I want to say something because if you look at the way Liverpool play with because Salah scored a lot of goals. Just imagine Chelsea had Osimhen and is the one scoring us goals. You know, we'll be much better in the position than where we are right now. You know that we'll be even challenging Liverpool because I don't think the point guard will be 13 points if we have Osimhen in the team. I don't think it will be 13 points because there are some matches where we lose where I was like Crystal Palace. I'm like, what the heck? They're gonna get like almost.
He's right. Just having
like Osimhen is you look at the beat of Fulham at home.
I'd be like, not even just that, right? There's certain games where, like, say we're 1-0 down or whatever, and teams are growing into the game against us. If you just have a threat up top, even if Osimhen's having a bad game,
look up the ball, we chest it, hold on to the ball.
Means teams can't press up against us. Like when we had Hazard, and there were games where he wouldn't do anything, but then he just turned it on out of nowhere. Like just having that threat means teams can't like be brave against us. We needed that threat.
Man, it's really messed up, man. They messed up, man.
There we go. Shout out Jill No Curry as well, saying Sancho has 2 goals and 4 assists in the Prem in 23 appearances. He's the exact same player he was at United, which is why we're trying to get rid. He also adds to that, saying this panel always leave out the dynamism aspect of analysis, gassing up Sancho and crucifying Noni, who has double his GA and elite ball carrying Nos. I'm not sure, but I agree on the Noni stuff.
Numbers.
Like we've seen how much we miss Noni, but Sancho offers us a lot more despite being a different sort of player. He gives us more interplay, he gives us more chance creation.
They're also different. I was gonna say they're also different type of players. One's a goal scorer, one's a creator primarily, and one's a link guy. So like trying to compare them as players is stupid. Like it's just stupid. They're not the same type of player.
Also,
yeah, and like the other super chat is just GA-based analysis, respectfully. But go on,
by the way, that said numbers for 1 and 2. They both struggled this season because they both lack a striker.
Yeah, they don't have it.
It's out for me. I don't rate them both highly, but I can still say they both need a striker because I know what they are. They're not a Hazard that's gonna just do everything himself. They need strikers, bro.
They're both specialists.
Lewis, are you going to the Club World Cup in America?
Nah, not likely. Not likely still. Especially with them fucking prices.
By the way, have you seen
Lewis, if you make it out there, if you would to make it out there, I'd get you a ticket. Like that shit's easy for me.
Do you even know how to get tickets
like that? But you got to make it out there because I'm going out there myself. So I'm going out.
No, I hear that. We'll pull up together. I'm
pretty sure me and Steve are gonna go. I just have to plan some shit after this next weekend. So yeah, I'm gonna after next week, I'm going to be playing in Club World Cup shit for myself. So
well, let me know what you're planning. I'll see if I can pull up as well.
okay.
Lewis, what game would you go to?
I don't know. I haven't even.
It would
thought
be the
that far.
Philadelphia games. That's the games we would go to.
Oh no, thank you.
Which
I think Chicago. So I might do the.
I ain't
the
going
one-
to Atlanta.
The one in LA. I might do the one in LA. I don't know. Yet.
Which
No, there's
Joey,
two
games
games
in
in There's in
Philadelphia?
Atlanta and there's 2 in Philadelphia.
Yeah, Joey, which of the games
So
in Philadelphia?
Oh no, it's Houston, not Atlanta.
There's one in
Wait,
Philadelphia.
it's
there's
in Houston.
one
I'm
in
going
LA.
It's Atlanta and Philadelphia. It's
Yeah, it's Atlanta.
We have
That's what I
one
said.
in LA. Atlanta.
The reason
We have
why I
one in
want to go
Atlanta.
to Atlanta is because I can stay out there for a week and hit 2 games. That's the reason why I want to stay.
You mean
out there.
Philly, not Atlanta?
Yeah, Philly. That's what I mean.
Big up,
Yeah,
Joe.
you know, cool. I'll ask. Does anyone know who we play on those games?
We play.
We don't know.
We play Fluminense. Is it Fluminense or whatever their name is?
Flamengo. Okay, so we play Flamengo in Philly.
We play.
And-
We play David Luiz team. David Luiz and Chloe. What's his name?
We play Flamengo and
Flamengo.
Esperance team, and there's one team that we
Flamengo,
don't know
yeah.
who we're replacing with Club Leon because Club
You
Leon
don't know,
apparently
no.
get sanctioned.
Carter, thank you. I know who. I'm pretty sure I know who
Where
it is.
he wants to know where it is.
No, I was going to say I think I know the team.
I think
The reported
Atalanta
team.
sometimes.
The reported team that are replacing Leon. I know who they are. We went through it on casually the other night. I'm asking which. Thank you. Someone's answered me. So the Tunis game is the other one in Philly. Cool. That's good. You get the 2 better games then, is what I was trying to work out. Because apparently the team that is replacing reportedly Leon is a Costa Rican team.
Oh, that'll be a nothing
Bro,
game
I
too.
was going to say, I don't know why they're not replacing them with another Mexican team or with the team that they beat in the.
They should replace him with a Saudi team. That's my opinion.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah,
They
'cause I heard rumors about
They shouldn't.
Lascelles.
I thought
No,
they
they
would have
shouldn't,
replaced him with Ronaldo's team.
No, but they shouldn't because they should replace him with a CONCACAF team because it's a CONCACAF.
No, I agree, but Scott, Messi's Inter Miami shouldn't be in the Club World Cup.
Yeah, no, but they got in because they're a CONCACAF. It was a MLS team and they picked it into Miami.
I
Them
know,
being the
but my
MLS team
point
is wrong.
They
No,
picked-
but Prime. That's you're talking about 2 different things. They picked Messi's MLS team as the MLS team to represent. You can't go, oh, we're kicking this CONCACAF team out and replace them with a Saudi team because it's Ronaldo. That's stupid. That's ridiculous.
I know it's stupid, but I figured they'd do it because like they kind of did it with Messi.
Yeah, but that would be even more ridiculous than the Messi thing. Like, apparently, yeah, it's a Costa Rica
I
team.
think, do we have match in Atalanta? Because I'm trying to go to Atlanta to watch Chelsea match. I don't know where the Club World Cup.
Yeah, bro, yeah, have fun with that. You-
the Hard Rock Stadium. That's why.
No, that stadium's dope. You'll have a lot of fun in Atlanta. I just don't want to go to Atlanta. Like
That's the Benz, isn't it? Mercedes Benz.
yeah,
Yeah, that
that
bro, that
stadium's
stadium's
fire.
Oh, that stadium I went in 2016 and 17. That stadium is beautiful. That stadium
Yeah,
is
it is fire, bro.
Oh
It's one
my
of the best
goodness.
stadiums in America.
one of the best in Atlanta. Oh my god, that stadium is very good stadium. When you get in, it's like, whoa, that's a spaceship, man. That's a good stadium. That's a very good stadium. Mercedes Benz, one of the best.
Yep. I would say
I
so.
even prefer it more than I even like it better than the SoFi Stadium.
It's
I prefer it better
third
than SoFi
in my
Stadium.
opinion. It's third in my opinion. Goes
So do you think the SoFi is better? I think
Vegas.
Mercedes is better than SoFi for me.
it
It's
goes
better than-
Vegas. It goes Vegas, Los Angeles, and then that one.
which LA stadium?
The Cronkies one.
Is that SoFi or?
Yep, SoFi.
So I don't like SoFi. I don't really like SoFi. I prefer Mercedes Benz than SoFi for me.
So far, a shithole, man.
I don't like SoFi. Mercedes Benz.
I
for me
like
is good.
SoFi personally.
SoFi is a shithole. What the hell are you talking about?
I had box seats. at SoFi.
Hey, just because of the Daniel, just because I know what's the
I had
next to
box
SoFi,
seats at
innit?
SoFi, so it was a good.
I know what's next to SoFi, isn't it? But I'm not gonna say here.
What's next to SoFi?
No comment.
Was it Inglewood?
No
though?
comment.
Or what? I might be wrong, innit? I might be wrong. What?
Well, what strip clubs there, bro?
No, it's not. There's no strip club. What are you on about?
No,
He's
it's-
saying that.
it's
He's
a
saying that because he's a
casino.
He's saying that because he's a fucking Laker fan. We're talking about stadiums, here, not about what team you support.
That been into it.
I see.
I've never been to AT&T.
AT&T is not bad. AT&T is not bad.
I've never been to AT&T.
Is that not? I think he's in Texas, right? Is that in Texas?
Yeah, that's Dallas Stadium.
By the way,
I
it's not
think
in
it's
Dallas.
Texas.
It's Arlington, Texas, man. What the hell is wrong with your geography, man? What the hell?
My bad.
It's not in Dallas. Allow it.
Do you know where Arlington is, Fator?
I have no idea. But
Okay, then don't speak to me about fucking geography if you don't know where the fuck Arlington is.
I'm just saying it the way that you say.
Go pull up a map and tell me how far Arlington is from Dallas. Go pull it up right now.
Ice is in your homeland. Okay.
But Joey. Well, if you had said there's an OnlyFans model that lives in Arlington, Texas, you know where it is.
Here we go. Trying to
no comment.
It's OnlyFans thing. Okay.
That's him trying to draw me up.
Yeah, you are prime.
I'm not trying.
Guys, do you guys like because the final is gonna be played in the final is gonna be played in New York in MetLife. I don't really like MetLife. MetLife Stadium. Is in that one in New York for the final? It's not that good for me. It's not that bad. But I don't really feel good about MetLife playing the final day.
Well, we're not getting there anyway. Why do you care?
I think we'll get it.
We're not getting it.
So we're beating Real Madrid, right?
Anything is possible in football.
If
my auntie had a dick, she'd be my uncle. If my auntie had a dick, she'd be my uncle. What the hell is this?
Thanks for that, Fata. I don't know what relevance that has to the conversation we're having.
You can't be assuming her gender, brother. It's 2025.
Bro, just put something in there.
I need that club worker for my mental health place. I need that club. I need to flex.
We're not winning, bro. I don't back us to beat Palmeiras.
You need a club worker for your mental health. You need a therapist.
I need that. I need to battle somebody in Chicago here, please. I need that.
You need a therapist, brother, because Chelsea's not winning for you, bro.
We better win that stuff, man.
They're not winning it. I don't know.
Man trying to say you must, and Jackson's our striker. Relax,
bro.
We must. It's not even we can.
We mustn't do anything, bro. Like I said, we're not. I don't back us to beat Palmeiras. But we talk about like that Flamengo team. You know, they're like unbeaten in multiple games.
Scott. I don't care if you're gonna fluke 1-0 win. I don't mind it. Just give me that trophy. I don't care. If it's gonna fluke 1-0, keep the clean sheet. I don't mind. Just give me that trophy. That's it.
I want that. It's gonna make the fun.
Obsessed with the gold trophy, innit? I hear it.
I don't care. If you're gonna fluke it 1-0 win, I don't mind. Just give me the trophy. That's it.
Yeah, we're not getting that.
I don't want any like. I just want 1-0 first match, 1-0 second match, 1-0 third match. Close up. Final 1-0. Bye. That's it.
Yeah, good luck with that.
As long as the service coming to SW6, I don't mind.
Trust, run me that trophy, bro. ASAP, man.
Please, I need that trophy. Please, Chelsea.
Wait, Uncle Jose, man, big up to Uncle Jose.
What a legend.
What a legend is it?
Oh, who's that?
Prime Pros, by the way.
Big up, Daniel.
Felipe Luis is Felipe Luis the manager of Fluminense?
The Flamengo.
Who?
Yes.
Flamengo.
Yeah, Felipe Luis. Yeah.
Ah, damn.
He's doing pretty well with them as well.
Yeah, he's doing very well. Yeah, he's doing very well.
He's unbeaten in 17.
17
unbeaten.
Charlie Gunner, man. What phase is he in? That's
how much does he spend?
Yeah, there we are. Newcastle Villa keeping an eye on Noni Madueke. Keep looking.
Good luck.
Atletico players are trying to convince Enzo Fernandez to join them over the international break. Again, good luck.
Good luck. It's gonna be the new assistant captain, so good luck. That'll convince him.
The rest is just all people crying about the under-21s game, which is just
fantastic.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's so jokes.
Wait, so the under-21s was a few of our first teamers plus a lot of the 21s, right?
So the first team players included Gusto, Badiashile, Tosin, Lavia, Sancho, and Nkunku.
So the rest of it was filled with the under-21s then, right? The goalkeeper, left back.
I'd assume Robert Sanchez gets. Did he get
I was going to say, I would assume Jorgensen or like maybe.
No, he's in Denmark.
What's
Sanchez stayed. That's why we lost 3-0.
I was going to say
he was in Denmark. He traveled.
Bettinelli or something in goal.
Robert Sanchez didn't get called up to international duty, by the way.
Wait, they didn't report Sanchez because he's the one that played. We know why we lost. We know.
Yeah, I don't see Sanchez here with the Spain team. So
no.
Jorgensen was with Denmark.
He
so
wasn't
make
with
of that
Denmark.
what you will.
Jorgensen wasn't with Denmark. He was there.
Make of that what you will.
No comment.
It's all mad. These man really protected Sanchez like that.
In 2025,
I'm sick of this.
Sanchez is our goalkeeper.
I'm sick of this protection of middle names, man. I'm sick of it.
The protecting of middle names. You're a bad mind.
We need to treat him like his middle name.
That's
You're
disgusting.
a bad mind for that, bruv. Oh shit. Fucking hell, man.
That's what I think. What do you guys think about the stadium stuff, man? Because I have a different opinion. I don't know what you guys think.
Nothing's gonna change until like Clearlake give a proposal to the CPO. So
wait, what's your opinion?
Because I work with American people in my workplace here, so I know the kind of way they do stuff in terms of the business aspect of the game and everything. So, in my opinion, I believe because the way Todd has been saying about stadium seat, if United are building on their setter, why not Chelsea build the same on their setter in London? Why not? If United have capability of doing that, why not Chelsea do the same thing too?
Because we're
now,
not.
my problem now with that is the match going fast. I don't have an issue with the CPU. My problem, right? My big problem is the match going fine.
Yeah, Lewis.
What do they want?
Oh, I still count.
Why?
I mean,
what do you think?
no games, though.
Yeah.
You and Fator and Scott, man, you guys are the problem, man.
I go to games.
Wait, I want to hear this. What about the match going fans?
They have a different opinion. What I'm saying the match going fans is, do you guys want to kind of be working at Stanford Bridge, or you want a modern stadium where you can visualize new technology?
What do the match going fans have to do with it, though?
Yeah.
Okay, the reason I say that is because all of them, the majority of them are like, I need to say Stanford Bridge. I don't want to go to a new stadium. My life and everything. Excuse me? Your life and everything in Stanford Bridge. You don't want to move just because of what? Technology is great.
Yeah, but that's an opinion. If people have an emotional thing to Stanford Bridge, if they're not CPO, it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
And even those people in the CPO that have that emotional inkling towards Stanford Bridge, there's no suggestion that they would also move. What we are hearing is that most of them would still move if the proposal is good. There's no proposal.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And the thing is, like,
the last proposal that any of the CPU have gotten is from Roman for the Beta C. They did say no, okay. And then Roman got outbid anyway, so he couldn't move there either way. But they did say no, right?
So they haven't
trying to do some shady stuff as well.
Roman,
you have to present something for them to say no, and then we can blame them. They haven't presented anything.
Interesting. Wow. Bye. Bully, please, can you propose something?
This idea of like having the biggest stadium in London is cool and all, but like there just isn't the space.
And you don't need that though. Like here's
That's
what people are understanding. You don't need to have the biggest stadium.
I don't even know about how big is Afcon? How big is it? Is it bigger for bigger stadium like 100 seater? Does it fit 100 attendance? Can you do that?
But first of all, do you think United can fit 100,000 people in their stadium?
It's possible. Yes, it is. They can. Because of the
they're not building the 100 seater for Manchester United games. They're building.
They are building for different aspects of things.
Okay.
They are building not just for United, but they are building for like NFL, like music and everything. So many stuff is going to be happening.
And United also makes a crazy amount of money.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Is Elscott bigger enough to build 100 seater? Is it bigger enough?
That's not relevant. And no, it's not. No one is going to allow you to have 100,000 stadium in that area.
No, there isn't, bro. There isn't 100,000. There isn't 100,000. There isn't 100,000 seater stadium in England.
Yeah, but talk about that side of London.
Wembley is 90,000 is crazy. Wembley is 90.
Yeah, well, exactly. Wembley, 90, right? Which is the biggest stadium and the most prestigious stadium in England, is 90.
Interesting.
So the next largest after that is United at 70.
So if United finishes their own in 2030, interesting.
Yeah, we could definitely hit 80K with that.
80K is not bad.
You have to understand. You do understand. The bigger you build a stadium, the more money it's going to cost you. right? And once you do that, you really have to just give up on your footballing side for about 4 years or 5 years, and even more if it's even more money, because they have to pay that money back. It is a business, right? You're not going to borrow 2.5 billion or 3 billion to build a 85K stadium, and then you're still spending 100 million on players. It's not going to happen.
It's not gonna. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I agree.
So people are just like, oh, we got a big stadium. And in my head, they're saying they want a bigger stadium so we make more money, so we buy more players. It doesn't happen that way right away. What club have you seen do that and has been able to spend that way? Even with Barcelona and these guys, they've been finessing because they're making these guys run down their fucking contracts. They're making them run down their contracts and sign for free.
Yeah, but Daniel, compare that to how much it would have to cost to like demolish the bridge, build, dig underneath, rebuild, also pay to move for a couple years. And if we have to move to Wembley, we'd have to do some community shit as well.
Oh, no, I know.
To make
Listen,
it easier.
I'm saying
that
any
would
stadium
cost us a lot as well.
I'm saying if any fan is thinking the stadium, we need a stadium for the footballing side, you are mistaken. It's going to hit. I'm saying it's going to hamper the footballing side. Either way, whether you stay in Stanford Bridge or you move somewhere else. So if that's your reason that you're so adamant and you're so itchy for it to happen, you're mistaken. We're going to be even more behind than we are now once we start building a new. Like, do you think they're going to spend more money when they build a new stadium? Come on, be realistic. That's all I'm saying. I'm not in a rush.
I just think in the long term, once that's all paid off, it could only be
Yes,
beneficial.
can you bring in Christopher Jones? Can you bring his comment? I think I kind of agree to this comment. What he said. He said
about the whole lot if they use it. Yeah, great, great. Use it for stuff that would actually just like put more money back into the club in the long term.
That reinforces what Daniel said. That's even more money renovating and putting money into like the surrounding area.
They have to do that, like, and they have to pay that back because they
like the museum, the tourists, and everything.
By the way, just on a side note, this idea of getting an 80K stadium. Do you know how many football stadiums in the world there are that are 80K or above currently?
Probably
Bernabeu is one.
Yes, it's
Santiago Bernabeu is 104. Metropolitano is 104.
Wait, you talk about Wembley, Bernabeu, Dortmund.
104. Bernabeu is less, bro. I've got the list now because I thought I was interested to see. It's the Camp Nou.
Is not 104.
No, I was going to say the four that are above 8 or 80K or above are the Camp Nou when it's finished will be 100,000. Wembley, the Stade de France, and the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow. I don't know where the fuck to get 80K from.
No. It's 5 in it. Dortmund as well.
Dortmund? What?
Yeah,
Dortmund is 80 plus. 80
Dortmund
plus.
has a huge stadium.
80 plus
on the list.
But I don't know. I don't know how big it is.
After knows about Dortmund, so
yo, why don't you guys just Google it? Like, what is it?
I'm not looking. Bernabeu has 85K.
I've got two different numbers.
Bernabeu is 85K.
Oh no, Dortmund's above. It's 81K.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So it's like 6.
Okay.
But still,
how is that helping Dortmund on the?
No, but my point was more like
Dortmund isn't that. It's like a combination of things, right? If now we're like struggling to make top 4, if we spend $2 billion to build a stadium, don't spend it on our team. At when do you think we're going to be able to pay that back and make the amount of money that?
I don't know. My thing was more like I don't know where this idea you think we're getting an 80K stadium is. Like just get like 65, maybe 70, and be happy. I know where the fuck.
That's just me going over the top. Obviously, 65K with option to build above.
Yeah, I mean, Scott, I just build on top of the 6. If we made Stanford Bridge 60K, right? There's no way. Right, but there's no way even beyond that. There's no beyond 60K.
No, I agree.
But there's no need. My thing is there will be no need for anything beyond. Like, we don't know what the future holds. What you need 20, 30, 40 years from now, right? You don't know what that's going to be, and then it's like, okay, now we need a 100K stadium because we've had so much success. We're the most successful team in England now. That's a different situation. Maybe then you just still move anyway, and like we're looking at value, looking at all these different things. Like, my whole thing is this: we've never building up to me, and other fans might feel different. 5,000 difference from getting a 65 to a 60K to Stanford Bridge will have the most modern stadium you can possibly have, right? That has to be it. You're not just sprucing up Stanford Bridge. You're also doing those kind of improvements.
So can you check for Newcastle, because Newcastle new stadium is going to be.
You're doing those kind of improvements there, right? And obviously, how much you're going to charge is going to go up to like a certain amount. That's good enough. People are thinking about, what if we want to go to 85, 90? That's a different level Chelsea. That means we are now the most successful team in the league.
To answer your question, by the way, 65. Okay, is what United are going.
65. Okay, yeah. 65. It's not bad.
That's what I'm saying. But like that's the point I was making when it comes like I agree with Daniel, but just on the the number is like you've got Wembley at 90, just over 90. It's then United at 74, roughly, or 73, and then it's West Ham and Tottenham at 60 or 62.
Like Scott, do people not know how big like for example, in comparison, the Ireland's national stadium is only 51,700. Like, how big do people actually think a stadium capacity is?
How much? How many attendance is the Metropolitano?
Guys, once they build that, right? We already know 10 to 20K is going to be
how many
the higher cost anyway.
I'm talking about this stadium. How many seats is it? The Metropolitano Stadium.
70,000. 70.
70, because they're gonna be hosting the championship for 2027. They'll be the championship final day.
Yeah, the one in Metropolitano is 70,000.
Yes.
Oh, Maldini said Crow Park.
Yeah, Crow Park is 80 something K, like 82K.
Yeah, 82K.
Yeah, Crow Park is 82,000. So again,
it's also
but Crow Park is not a.
It's not a football stadium.
Yeah, it's not a football stadium. There's a lot more than it's like
it's a rugby stadium.
Gaelic
football.
football.
A lot more, bro. It's a lot more.
Rugby stadium, though.
But yeah,
it's not a rugby stadium because rugby plays at the Aviva Fator. Okay, go back to your OnlyFans girls. Thank you.
What of the Lusail Stadium? The one that played the World Cup final in 2022.
I think some fans.
The Lusail Stadium is in that.
I think some fans want a certain size because of our ego.
Hold on, Man United, right? Trying to build this 100K thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not definitely building.
Hold on, but Scott, even assuming they do, it's not just about football. It's bigger than just football. They're trying to do what Spurs are doing. They're trying to make a tourist attraction thing.
It's also, I'll be real, it's not even necessarily that, right? Because you're right, but it's not that. Manchester is not, I've been to what's it called? Old Trafford a couple of times. There's not that much around it.
Nothing. It's a parking lot.
Yeah, bro, there's nothing around it. If they knock that down and just fuck off some of the parking and extend it, yeah, they can make a 100K stadium. I don't even think they would, because that's nuts in terms of how much it's going to cost them. But they could because of the space. It is not feasible in London to build a stadium that big. I also don't think it would be allowed just from the point of view of Wembley.
Yeah, there's no space in
it. It's also not needed for Chelsea to do what we need to do.
Like I said, just make it 70K and
how big is
I hear that because we got the option to build bigger if we want to.
Do you know how big Arsenal and Spurs are?
Yeah, Spurs is 62,000.
62.
And what
Arsenal?
Arsenal 60, Spurs is 62,
okay, cool.
63.
So 70, 75, and that's cool.
Yeah.
You don't need 70, 75.
Yeah, I'll say 70 is the maximum because if you make it 70, that makes us the third biggest stadium in England.
Which we should be.
I mean, that's to me, okay, so this is
just to say as well, the Chelsea team that lost 3-0 was all seniors. So
this is my personal opinion. Whatever they make, whatever you get, whatever seats you get over that 65, right? When you're saying 70, 75, all those seats are corporate, right? All those are going to be hospitality,
museum, tourism.
Yeah, that's what that's going to be. And with all that, they can whether it's 5,000 seats or 10,000, they're going to find a way to make the same amount of money from all of that. Right? That's why I'm not worried about I'm saying don't worry about those don't worry about those those costs and those things. That's what's going to happen because now they can't sell those things right now because the Chelsea Stadium is very outdated. But once they have like, oh, this is the most world-class stadium and it's in the middle of London, 60,000, 65, 70, it doesn't matter. In that range, you have to be in that range.
I think the way that is working, it might want to build something like between 70 to 75.
Of course they want.
No, but that's still. I'll be real. The other thing about this as well, and this is why I think the best idea would be to go like 65, and then see is we keep talking about we need a bigger stadium, bro. If we make a bigger stadium, we need more fans to come to the stadium. Like this is a waste of time if we make and I'm not saying we would or wouldn't, but this is what I'm saying. You need to see if the demand is still there. Make a 60K stadium. That's what, like 17,000 more than we've got now. Let's say 10,000 of that is for actual fans and seats and not corporate. Cool. Yep. If you fill that every week, then cool. That shows that, okay, the demand is there. We can go bigger. If you make it 10,000 bigger and you get 2,000 extra fans, you've wasted your time.
But you wouldn't even do that because it'll cost you a lot to even get that extra 10,000 in there. And the returns would just be like corporate anyway, right? Regular fans will know, like, why we even, now we have to pay more for you to get more like corporate seats. There's a limit, like there's a cost limit when it comes to, as the way I'm seeing it, when it comes to like, once you're in that 60 to 70 range, there's a cost limit of like, do I need the extra 5,000 seats? Do I need the extra? I think you only go, I think for right now, where Chelsea going, like you said, an extra 17,000 seats, that's a great place to be. If we feel like, damn, the club is at a certain point now, we can go to 80 seats, then maybe then you find another option. I'm just saying this if we can't move, right? If there is no option to move and we have to stay at Stanford Bridge, 60 is still puts us in the upper echelon, and the level of when you bring this stadium to like the modern world, that's gonna like having a stadium like that where Stanford Bridge is nobody else is gonna have that.
I'm looking at a few minutes. I'll be back. Because I'm looking at the stadium in America based on what Bole said. The SoFi Stadium is like 80, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 80 or 85? Because I know Mercedes-Benz is 60, 65. The SoFi is like 80, if I'm not mistaken. So I can see them using like an example of the SoFi Stadium to build the stadium in London. I can see them doing that.
No, the SoFi Stadium is 70.
Is it 70?
No, but regularly, right? But it has a way that it can expand to about 100K.
Okay, good. Okay. It's 70, okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
We need to be the beast. We need to be a bit. So really clearly, please put in a proposal. We need to leave Stanford Bridge place. Enough is enough. We need to leave.
I'll be honest, that's a long term. The whole stadium thing to me is a long term thing.
But Scott, they have to get into work as soon as possible. They have to get into work.
Let them put up a proposal.
Let them put up a proposal. Everybody will know where they stand.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking like even if they put in a proposal tomorrow, it's not going to be accepted straight away. That's a long term thing. My focus right now is fix the fucking team. Like you've been given, I know this is a bit of a tangent. You've been given a window to now sign players before the Club World Cup. You better sign players that are going to make a difference in the Club World Cup. When the window opens, you better sign players that are going to make a difference and help us compete. Like
I agree.
If what Lewis told us earlier is true, like about us not making Champions League, stop signing fucking 18-year-olds for 40 million and spending like 16 million on a 16-year-old from the Brazilian league. And how about you actually spend some money properly, and then you don't have to worry about being broke and being financially.
I was worried when Fabricio Davido's was like, I'm hearing important striker, big name. I'm like, important big name? Excuse me? Are you kidding me? I'm expecting big name. I'm expecting Isaac Osimhen. That's the big name. See, if the big name at the end of the day will end up with Sesko and Delap, oh my goodness. Oh my God. If that happens, with also all the hype of big name, big personality, I'm going to just get pissed off. Oh. If that happens, yeah. The way they'll be hyping up this summer with
the way it looks like that's what's going to happen, no? It's going to be the lap.
Oh my God. With the way Fabricio and David Olsen have been hyping up this transfer, big name, big personality. I'm like,
guys,
okay.
when you really think about it, who's the only striker that Maresca has actually talked about?
The lab. That's it.
Is it actually?
Yeah,
That's it.
he is. Yeah. He's the
I
only
also
one
have the
he's,
feeling
like,
that
made a comment about.
because of John Obi Mikel has been pushing Osimhen a lot in Chelsea, I can see us going for him. He's been pushing for Osimhen.
I'll be real. I don't think that
I don't know
matters.
who you think Obi Mikel is, but I don't think he has.
Yeah,
that
he
kind
doesn't
of
have to say like that in Chelsea team. Obviously, in the door.
I'm not saying he has a say, but the way he's been pushing in terms of him just pushing.
Yeah, but he did that last season. He did that over the summer, and we didn't sign him.
Yeah,
like, so I don't really think that matters. I'll be honest. Like, I think we're as good work as he's done.
I hear
think
that.
we're seeing
Sorry, can I just say, Scott? I hear that, but like, I don't know. I just think that interview with Mikel is, or that Osimhen that dropped like a couple of weeks ago is just too weird for me. It's way too weird for me, bro.
Fair enough, but like,
the work our ownership did, or Egbali, whatever, to get Mikel on site. He was at the Brentford game, talking to them in the box and stuff.
I think the big thing here too.
We're too weird.
I think the big thing here too, man, is like we're not. I just don't think that this whole Delap thing is cut and dry as people make it out to be. Like, I feel like there's as much interest as there is for Isak, there's just as much interest as in Delap right now because of the fact that he's on a relegation team. There is, Scott. You could name 4 or 5 teams that want Delap. 4 or 5 teams that want named Delap. That's why I don't believe all of this is cut and dry as people make it out to be. And I also wonder what Delap wants in the end, right? Because in the end, like, he has all these options, and some of these options are going to be able to give him automatic first team. You are the starter game time. Like West Ham, for instance, he would be the starter at West Ham. No question about it. He would be the starter. There was no anybody else that would be playing that he would have to go up against for it. Like if for some reason Newcastle lose Isak, he's on their list. He would be the starter for Newcastle. That's why I'm sitting here, and that's why I'm sitting here. I don't like everyone's so adamant about this, about Delap being the one that's going to end up happening. And to me, it's like maybe. I don't believe it's as cut as dry. That's
what I'm saying. I'm looking at the way Mikel has been pushing Osimhen to chase. I'm like, something is going on here. I'm like, the constant way he has been thinking about every day, Osimhen, every day. Every morning, from morning to night, Osimhen to chase. I'm like, Mikel, calm down, man. Calm down, man.
And there was and if you didn't see, I know everybody hates that I bring up reports, but there was more reports today saying that we were linked with Osimhen again.
Yes, so, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it today.
Like I said, I know that we're linked with Delap, and if we get Delap, it would be worst kept secret. Just happened, right? Like, we all think it's gonna happen for the most part. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't think he's as bad as people make him out to be, but I also don't you
think bringing Osimhen in change a lot for Chelsea? The board need to think that way, because you are bringing in a big personality and a big superstar to the team, where the young players will look at him and say, hey, this is Victor. We can rely on this guy to bail us out, just like the way Liverpool are relying on Salah. That's my own logic, because the team is young.
You bring in an Osimhen, it's a mentality shift.
Yes, mentality change immediately.
Bro, Abdullahi, do you when we drew to Zimbabwe, Osimhen was frustrated.
I don't want to talk about that.
No, but did you see how frustrated he was?
Here's the thing: is I don't think everybody should be like in this mindset that Delap is just he's the next one up. He's coming to our team. Like if he does, then we'll support him in the end. Like, he's going to be a Chelsea player, but I hate that it's going to happen because he's going to have a lot of fucking.
You know what my worry is, right?
But what
my thing is that, like, obviously I want Osimhen, but like, if you're going to get the striker, can we get it done early? My worry is this thing is going to go on till the end of the window again.
Yeah.
No, I hear it. No, prime. that is the biggest worry I have with all of this, is because they're gonna sit there and here's the excuse. I'm telling you, we're waiting to sell people. That's going to be the excuse we're waiting to move this player.
It's not even waiting to sell. Joey, it's not even waiting to sell, because we can wait to sell and then buy, say, Osimhen a month into the window. I don't mind that per se. That's fine. My thing is that it will go until like deadline day again, like the last 2 days, last day of the
I don't believe that this time, Prime. There's been too much of a runway this time now. Like you see the difference. The runway is a whole year now. Like he's had a whole year.
I know, Joey.
Actually negotiate.
I know, Joey. I know, but you also have to remember, Osimhen was twerking for Chelsea. Not last Afcon. The Afcon. It was last Afcon. It was last Afcon. But in the tournament, bro, he was meeting up with.
He was saying, "I know where I'm going." Remember, he was saying, "I know where I'm going in the summer."
So just like we have this build up, we also had a build up with Osimhen, and we still fucked that up. So I'm worried that it's gonna take until deadline day just to sign him. I don't want that again, bro. Get me my striker.
I want Osimhen for the club World Cup. Please, clearly, I'm begging
you. That shit
ain't
gonna happen. I can guarantee you that shit ain't gonna happen.
Clearly, I'm begging you. I want Victor Osimhen ready for the club World Cup. Please.
I love him at the club World
and
Cup.
anyone who comes in this chat and says I want the lap hasn't been here for the last fucking 2 years on this channel. I was wearing 10 fucking hats on this channel for screaming that we were going to get Osimhen when everyone told me I was delusional. Everyone in that chat told me I was delusional halfway through the summer.
Everyone bought Prime. Everyone bought Prime.
That's true, Prime. You were right there with me.
I had a tinfoil.
No, you weren't, Lewis. You weren't. Stay on that side.
I mean, we didn't sign him, so it's like.
They must have never thought about
the fact of the matter is though, I said it last. I've been saying this for almost 2 years now, and I've been criticized over this player consistently over the last 2 years because I put my name on that player for us to go and get him. Now everybody is saying we need to go get Osimhen. Everybody. It's like okay.
Where
was I last year when I was telling you guys this had happened?
I've been watching Osimhen since he was 17. He played in the under-17 World Cup for Nigeria national team.
Yeah, he did. The one that we won. The one that we
Yeah, the one we won. The under-17 World Cup we won. Osimhen has been since then. Everybody, what the hell is this guy? Very tall and lanky. I'm like, what the hell is this guy?
I gotta get head out of here though.
Yeah, no,
I
can move in a few minutes.
Everybody was like, what the hell is this guy? Since then, everybody has been following me. I'm like, okay, let's see. And since then, he's been moving gradually.
Gosh, everyone ducked. Okay, all with the same mindset as me, man. Friday night SmackDown and all of that. All right, big up every single one of you, though. Man's got to wrap up this stream still. Also need to go pick. But yeah, big up every single one of you who's live that we like.
Also, Lewis, are we going to talk about how
League On is live?
I'll be live tomorrow.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, everyone's subbed to Blue Studio as well. Big up to you, my guy. It's been great to have you on the show.
I'll be live tomorrow. We'll be talking about the FA Cup and the stadium.
Oh, the FA Cup weekend. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Please.
Let's go. Yeah. Right, big up everybody. Like, subscribe, all of that. We'll see you lot soon. Up the Blues.
Cheers.